Q&A session has started. The recording has started.
The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at TalkRealSolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of TalkRealSolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not TalkRealSolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
All right. Welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions, and I am your host tonight, Tyrone Thompson. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today is July the 27th, 2023, and I want to invite you to go to TalkRealSolutions.com, and on there, you will find the 3-point plan to Black empowerment and financial freedom. It has 3 points. The first point is to get together with like-minded people. The second point is to stop all unnecessary spending and save your money. The third point is, as a unit, invest or save your money in a verified and trusted institution. A great goal would be for you to open a Black-owned business. And right above the 3-point plan, you have a link to African-American-owned banks and African-American-owned credit unions. We could all start moving our money to these institutions to start practicing group economics today. Check out the rest of the links and articles on the website. That's where you'll be getting the news stories from that we talk about on here. You can peruse some of the earlier stories or the ones that we put up before. They're all interesting. Comes from an interesting perspective. And that's the reason that we choose these stories. If you want to join the conversation, all you have to do is call the number at 717-908-1834, and you hit the access code 917-324. It's also in the description of the show on YouTube, and that's where you can listen to us at on YouTube. Hey, what's up, MJ? You can listen to us on YouTube or Facebook, or go to the website. You can find the articles there. All right, so here we are again. It's me, Tyrone, without a damn thing to say until, I think about something dumb that was done. As a matter of fact, that didn't take long at all. So I'll talk about a conversation that we had last week. With sorry, dumbass. But Trump is in the news again because tonight we found out there's 2 more charges. Now, I don't know if Elisa put that story up. But I mean, what else can you say? We know this man is a criminal. I know he's a criminal. If you're listening to me, you probably know he's a criminal, except for that idiot that come on here and tried to argue last week that Black people get mistreated in the justice system, and that's the reason that might be a reason that Trump might not get a fair trial, which is stupid. He literally said that, guys. And I'm paraphrasing because you know how Sarge like to tell me, I didn't say that, nigga. Say my words exactly how I say them and all that dumb shit. He's the only one on this planet that requests that you repeat him verbatim. But fuck him. That's what he said, is that Trump made, these charges are bogus. And then he brought up the history of Black men being mistreated in the justice system to try to justify this fucking criminal. That's where we at with these people. I know you see the title of the show, and I wanted to talk about something that was, I don't be on YouTube a lot, but I was on YouTube a lot this time, and Just Hilarious kept popping up there. And yeah, I like Just Hilarious. She's funny. I watched her. I didn't really monitor her, but I watched her come, be a social media on Facebook making funny videos and stuff like that. And just like DC Young Fly making those silly videos, and then they got more and more famous on social media, and she actually became a celebrity, and that's good. All good for her. I ain't got anything to say positive or negative about Jess Hilaria. I think she's funny sometimes. Sometimes I think she's off key, but it is. I wish her best in her career. But she got caught in a somewhat scandal this week when it came to responding to someone on social media. And it's funny to me because what she was saying is I actually agree with. And that's the kind of conversations that I be telling Elisa, and Elisa be saying also that we need to have when it comes to the LGBT community, because to me, they don't have any limits on what they claim, what they hold near and dear. They try to, take over things and all that kind of stuff, right? And this is not being homophobic, because I'm not. It's just that the trans community just loses their mind. So what I do, well, we got about 4 or 5 people. I'll play the audio and I'll play it another time. When more people come, so people know exactly what I'm talking about. When it comes to this conversation that got Jess Hilarious in a whole bunch of trouble with the trans community. And here's the article. It says T. Madison and Angelica Ross are calling out the comedian's transphobic rant. Right there, whoever this media outlet is right there, just used a adjective to describe Just Hilarious transphobic, and I don't even see her that way. Not with her response, It said on TikTok, the comic Just Hilarious compared being transgender to being mentally ill. No, she didn't. And I'll let y'all hear the audio. Transgender celebrities are calling out comedian Jess Hilarious after she posted a transphobic rant on social media. On Saturday, the comic posted a response to a video of a trans talker, Blessing Rose, who was herself responding to a transphobic TikTok comment. You don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. That's what the transgender person was saying when she was responding to a video that somebody made that comment, and she was giving her response to that comment. Bless Rose told the commenter in the original video, you experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Now, what is she talking about? She's talking about periods and womanhood. And this transgender person said, you experience both, but you don't own both. That's a damn lie. But anyway, Jess Hilarious began her response saying, who the F are you? Who the F is going to stand up for us? Clarifying that by us, she meant real women. The comedian proceeded to refer to trans women as having delusion and stating, what is the difference between you and someone who's been diagnosed with a mental illness? The only difference is that that you don't have to wear a straight jacket. I'm not going to read her comment. I'm going to let you guys hear it, and then it's one of these things to where, I mean, these trans people are just going a little bit too far with me. And I'm not even gonna get on that side of the conversation, but it's too much. So here's the T.S. Madison, not Tia, Angelica Ross. This is what she's saying.
I mean, when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person, but as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, Hello?
Hello.
See, that is a trans person saying to social media and the world that women don't own periods and women don't own womanhood. Now, y'all know me, I will defend equality and justice for everybody, including the LGBT community, because if you're in this country and you're getting discriminated against in any way, I mean, that is easy to see, and we don't want that. I don't want that. As somebody who's like a democracy loving, freedom loving person, I don't want to see any group be marginalized or discriminated against, right? So from that angle, I support what they're doing when they're having their parades and you know, fighting for rights and being free and all of that. I support all of that. I don't care about other people, what they do in their personal life. But to come out and actually go against what I'm gonna be like Jessica Larius, what normal human beings know as right, and blatantly say that women don't own womanhood, nor do they own periods, and Jess Hilarious get pushed back for that. I'll play her response, and I want y'all to tell me if there's anything wrong with what Jess Hilarious is saying. But they kill me when they start. Watch this.
Hello?
Hello. Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Like, hello?
Yeah, so everything that Jess Hilarious said, I agree with. And what the trans community is doing is because she used the term, what's the difference between you and somebody who's mentally ill or got mental problems, is that they have straitjackets. That's what they're jumping all over, and not even talking about the substance of the thing. And you see this a lot of time in politics when you ask Sarge about the fucking 80 fucking crimes that Donald Trump got. He want to talk about Obama and going to the hospital in Hawaii or some bullshit. And that's what the transgender community is doing right now. They're not addressing the fact that one of their representatives came out publicly and said that women don't own womanhood, and they said that women don't own periods. Now, I don't know nothing about no sex operation or getting the tuck or whatever, but I do know there ain't enough surgery in the universe to allow a person to have a surgery to have the same hormones and the same biological cycles to allow these people who've got this operation to have periods. So why would you say that women don't own? Yes, that's one of the things that they own. And like Jessica Hilarious said, we brought you here because of that period and that menstruation and that cycle. These people, all of us, are created through the way a woman's body works. That's how we get here. You just can't say we're taking over womanhood or you don't own. Yes, they do. They own womanhood. That's why we have mothers, you know? And then I know you say, well, that's just an adjective or whatever. And you're absolutely correct. But I'm talking about whenever a woman goes through the cycle of 9 months and have it, she's the only one that can do that. So yes, women can own womanhood. They do own womanhood, and they own periods. You know, why is this even a conversation? Like, what? I mean, and this crap made all kinds of headlines, as y'all can see. You know, the gossip headlines. Madame Noor, the griot. And you know, the griot, I can guarantee you, let me click on theirs. I bet you $10 that the griot is probably siding with the transgender community on this. But we'll see. Why is social media going in on Jessica Hilarious about her comments on womanhood? The comedian is getting backlash after reaction to social media posts that seem to suggest non-trans women don't own womanhood. There's a debate on social media. Are cis women treated differently than transgender women? And why does that topic cause so much confusion? What is cis? I hear that all the time, so I got to Google it, y'all. Cis is for cisgender, meaning what the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I got to do some studying. Cisgender, denoting or relating to a molecular structure in which two particular atoms. I don't think we're talking about that, cis. I don't know what cisgender. Let me put cisgender. Okay, denoting or relating to a person whose gender identity corresponds with their sex registered for them at birth. Okay, so that distinction is freaking crazy to me. Okay, so I get what they're saying. If you was born a girl and you grow up and you want to be a girl, then you're cisgender. If you're born a boy with a penis and you grow up want to be then you're cisgender. What did you just call them, boys and girls? I don't know why they even did that. Or men and women. But that's what they're saying when it comes to cis, whatever the fuck. Okay, are cis women treated differently than transgender women, and why does that topic cause such confusion? The griot's Mark Lamont Hill spoke to two people who tried to help break down the community at the center of the ongoing discussion. The following transcript is of that conversation. I don't want to, but I can guarantee you that the griot is one of these people that won't acknowledge that Jess Hilarious is correct. She's 100% correct. They will try to pander to the trans community and say that somehow or another Jess Hilarious should not have said what she said, which is bullshit. Women are women, and trans women are trans women. You got the prefix trans. I don't mind using that. You are a trans woman. Let's move on. You ain't no woman. It's the whole debate when it comes to y'all competing in sports. You got an advantage over that biologically, you know. So I'm gonna play the audio one more time in case y'all missed it. Now, first is the trans person speaking, and then Jess Hilarious is going to respond with hello.
I mean, when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Hello. Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Like, hello?
And it's one of these things to where if you say anything that don't go along with their narrative, all of a sudden you're going to get attacked by a group of transgenders. And biologically, scientifically, they can't say that they own menstruations. They can't say that they own womanhood. How the fuck is you gonna claim that you own womanhood and you was born a boy? And to the extreme cases, you had a surgery, had your part removed and replaced with whatever they do, right? And you're still not a complete woman. So I don't have a problem with calling you a trans woman. That's what you are. But when it comes to calling you a real woman, see, we got to back up. We got to back up again. What's up, Howard? I see you push one.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
All right.
Yo, this I just push because this got to be one of the stupidest fucking arguments in the history of mankind, and I guess this exists on the internet, that a real woman has to push back against a trans person that I don't know whether the trans person was trying to say that we are more real than you. I don't know the backstory, but that shit is ridiculous. It's stupid as hell, and it's ridiculous if trans women saying we are just as much as women you are. What was it about the period again? About the menstruation? What was said again? I kind of missed that.
She said that you do not own womanhood and you do not own periods. Don't be a gatekeeper for womanhood and periods. That's what she said.
No. Who said that?
The trans woman.
Oh, yeah. That's just ridiculous and foolish as hell. I don't even know why we give troll motherfuckers that much room to even. That's stupid as fuck. In my opinion, I'm not trying to be anti whatever all the letters, but listen, that's just stupid as shit. And it's ridiculous to me that people
because it's going viral. Because it's going viral and everybody on social media is talking about it. I thought I'd bring it up to the folks and see what they had to say about it. I understand. I don't take any of this stuff.
It up.
Yeah.
I understand why you bringing it up, but what I don't understand is why so many people fall into this shit and argue about. Apparently, it must have been trending. That's why you brought it up,
right?
Which I'm like, why would some shit like that be? Why would you even give a man that time that he's saying what he say, like you don't own? That's dumb as shit to me. I really don't understand.
But see, you got to realize the power behind them words, Howard. That person that said this, I know you probably don't know her, but she's a very powerful transgender person. I mean, she's made it in her acting career, and she was in movies, so her influence reaches deep. So if you're gonna just put that type of misinformation out there to the masses, somebody got to respond, especially if you in a position of like a celebrity,
But what's understood don't need to be spoke on. I don't care if they so famous or whatever. You can say some stupid shit but everybody don't need to respond to stupid shit. That's just it's one of the stupidest things I ever heard, Tyrell. I'm just being real with you. That y'all don't own picture. What the fuck? That's stupid as shit. Like, I guess that person is a woman hater. I think she's on the same level as a woman, which is just not the case. We all know that. I mean, play your lane, and we need to put them in their lane and not.
Yeah.
This is my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to have a anti-trans conversation because I'm not anti those group of people. I'm just not. You know, I support what they do, and they doing it. But this right here is just like a bridge too far for you to come out here and say women don't own womanhood. That just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. To tell you the truth, that's wild. And for somebody, for me, I wouldn't even comment on that or give that any traction because it's just that stupid. For me, I wouldn't do that. That shit is crazy. I don't. Is this where we are now? We arguing about women's menstruation. This shit is crazy. That's why we fucked up all over the world. People look at us in a fucked up way. That's where we are now. We arguing about menstruation of a woman.
Well, you know, I didn't want to go into Trump too much because you know, Sarge might call in and lose his freaking mind like he do. You know, so I thought it was a little different. But yeah, I guess this is where we at. Discussing, you know, who's a real woman
I
and stuff.
understand. I mean, but we all know through biology, I guess, science, women have that time of the month and everything, and it, you know, cleans out or whatever it does. I'm not an expert on that shit. I don't really know, but I know only a woman can do.
Yeah,
I know that. And any damn trans person trying to be like, no, that don't make you real, or that don't make you, or whatever that transfer. That's tomfoolery. That's crazy to me. You can't step in a woman's shoe. A man, I don't give a fuck what's going on. You get it chopped off, chopped up, chopped around, whatever they do. Surgeries, BBLs, TDLs, motherfucker. You can never be a woman. It's just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, at least in our lifetime. But I don't know. This shit is stupid to me, Tyrone. I'm done. That shit is crazy.
All right. Well, let me see. I think I got Miss Elisa on the line here. How you doing tonight, sis?
I'm doing okay. Hi, How you doing, Tyrone?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Howard, how you doing tonight, Howard?
Well, yeah. Hi, Howard.
I'm good. And hey, what's up, Elisa? I know it's kind of hard for you to say what's up to me, but
see, here you go start that bullshit again.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Got it.
Anyway.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta keep it, you know, a little bit, make the show good. But no, Lisa, what's happening with you? I'm okay, sister. Hope everything's okay with you.
No, I'm good. Tyrone, I see you went and started off and jumped right in the fire.
Oh yeah.
With all of this. You know, it's to the point where I've been following it and different vloggers who I follow, you know, getting different people's perspectives on it from a whole range. Different bloggers that I follow who are part of the LGBTQ plus IA community, getting their perspective on it. And I have to say, a lot of it is giving me a headache. But the thing is, like, this has become really beyond trending currently in our community. But this is a very big, this is a huge topic worldwide. Because as we see what's going on with politics and in different states and things that they're doing, and when you speak of anything transgender, that's part of that whole is woke, is woke, is woke. That's up in that too, with the different laws and things that they're trying to change to send parts of the LGBTQ plus IA community backwards. So it's not just us that has had this blow up. This is all over. And I've seen a lot of people saying, well, why does black people, black women have this issue? No. Because I'll go in white spaces to see what they're saying too. And they have the same issue, except the only difference is we're more colorful people. We could be kind of audacious and get kind of loud. You know how we are. And then I've heard people say that you don't have this with the trans men. I mean, you don't see this like this with the trans men with this going on. And men in the community of men, you don't see this. The trans men don't carry on like this. And that is true. And I think part of that is because men and women, regardless of what your sexual orientation or your gender or whatever it is you're going to identify as you get old enough to get it, men and women are raised differently. We're raised differently. We're socialized differently. So of course you're not going to have women trans men in men's spaces, flying around all up in y'all's faces and in their faces, and you all don't y'all don't what was the wording she used, that you don't as far as y'all don't gatekeep your phallus, y'all don't gatekeep sperm, you don't gatekeep manhood, So you don't see trans men conducting themselves like that because most of them, if not all, has been socialized as women and they were growing up. And okay, but follow me here. We're having, but you having a lot of this going on with trans women and in the women's spaces and communities, because let's be honest, the same way they were raised and socialized as men until they got to a certain point. And men has, and I'm gonna have to say it, men and trans women were socialized, most of them, as regardless of the sexual orientation or the gender, were socialized as men. And women are used
Sister Lisa, can I ask you a question?
Wait a minute, let me get this out.
Right.
Trans women, they were biological, they were socialized as men. And men are used to dictating to women, telling women what this, that, what you're not, what you are, what you just. Men are, that is a thing since the patriarchy became a thing. So women are used to that. So I think that's why we're seeing more of that with the trans women conducting themselves like that, because they were socialized as men when they were being brought up. And not enough people are talking about that. Now, what was you wanted to ask something, Howard?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to ask you something. First of all, I need to get my definition or descriptions right. I'm talking about, let's say if it was a woman that grew up, birthed as a woman, and she became acting like a man.
Trans man. What you're speaking of.
Okay.
A trans man, yeah.
Trans man. All right.
Well, hold on. Let me see. Hold on, Howard, for 1 second. Who is this on the line? I just opened your line.
Oh, this is Miss Lady.
All right, Miss Lady, mute your line, and then you can go after Howard. I hear some moving around.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead, Howard.
So my question is, and I'm going to try to do a 50-50 thing. What if a trans man came out and said that you man's sperm doesn't mean nothing, or whatever that story that Tyra would.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just saying.
Yeah, that's what Elisa just said.
Oh, I didn't hear
that.
I'm eating a sandwich. I'm sorry. I was fixing my sandwich and I didn't hear it.
You're not going to really see that, because trans men who were biologically born women, and if they were socialized as women are socialized. So I think that's playing a big difference here. And then how trans women who were born biological men were socialized as men. And men throughout time has had a history of dictating to women and in women's spaces. And women have dealt with that when it comes to misogyny, misogynoir, all of that. Women has dealt with that from men. That's the patriarchy. That's what we're all socialized in. I think that's part of the problem. And I think they're trans women, but there's something that they
Sister Lisa.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be foolish as heck for a trans man, you said, wouldn't that be foolish as heck to say a trans man that like, I got my sperm and they probably don't have sperm, but it's just as good as yours, or that would be, I mean, no one would take that serious at all.
The thing is, you're not going to really see that again. You'll see maybe somebody will jump out there, you know, but you're not going to really see that again, because trans men who were born biological women were socialized different, and they know that certain things they're just not going to do, and I don't think they're just not going to try. And then I've heard different people from different saying that, well, the men community, they don't have a problem. Men don't have a problem. These were LGBTQs, the gay men were saying, well, the men's community, they don't seem to have a problem with the trans men, but they're leaving out trans men who were born biological women were socialized different. They were socialized in a patriarchy. So certain things, I mean, that's just how they were socialized. That's why I think we're having all of this hoo-ha-ha, because the trans women, they were born biological male, and they were socialized in patriarchy. And they're taking a lot of leftover with them. I think it's some of this, because this is my thing, and I don't think it's fair when I hear people from the LGBTQ plus IA, Black people say, when they're talking about Caitlyn Jenner, and they can point out all day how Caitlyn Jenner, how she still has the same, she still has the same, as when she was a very conservative, far right, rich, white male. That's what
you said. She still has the same parts.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay. No, that's not what I'm saying. She still conducts herself like she is that far right
male. She conducts herself as a far right male. Okay.
Yes,
I'm trying to follow you.
Because that's how she was born, a biological male, and she was socialized and raised and lived just about all of her life as a conservative, right-wing, rich, white male. And still she took that with her into her now womanhood. And LGBTQ plus IA, especially the trans part, they can point that out about Caitlyn, and that could be so true about her, but nobody can point that out. You'll be going to be called transphobic if you point that out about some of these, I'm just going to be honest, some of these Black trans
so
women.
You'll get.
You all were
You'll get.
they were socialized.
They will get on you for pointing that out.
Well, they get on you for a lot of different things. But let me just say
But
this.
I'm saying, isn't Caitlyn Jenner in de
Well,
facto
y'all gotta
their
let Miss
man?
Lady get in there sometime now.
No,
I know,
okay.
I'm
Let me
trying
just ask Miss. Let me just ask her one more question. Isn't Caitlyn Jenner a damn man? I don't care if she put a wig on or he put a wig. Whatever.
Caitlyn Jenner
She's still a damn man.
She's
No,
a trans
let's do
woman.
that. Caitlyn, she's a trans woman. Let's
Oh, y'all being so politically correct. That's a damn man.
Yeah, I don't mind
But I'm
calling
done.
people what they
I'm
want to be
done.
called.
Don't do that.
I don't mind calling people what they want to be called, man. That ain't no thing with me. But whenever they're trying to take over a real woman, I mean, you got to be a line somewhere.
Yeah, Tyrone, let Miss Lady go. I'll hit back with what I was going to finish saying. Let Miss Lady go.
Okay, hey, what's up, Miss Lady? Go ahead. You can unmute your phone now.
Hi.
Okay, I think what Elisa is saying is that because they were born men before they transitioned into women, that they were raised, as boys, and there's a lot of male entitlement, and that's what you're seeing with,
Yes.
in the society where, they're taking away women's rights, and like abortion, that kind of thing. It's just this thinking that, you're male and that you're more powerful and you can control women and what's available to women and what's not available to women. And I think it's part of that going on as well. Even though they're transitioned, they still were born male and they live as males, until who knows when. Maybe they were young adults, older adults, I don't know. So they still have been influenced by male patriarchy. And you see this in this kind of, to me, it's almost bullying behavior. It's very male aggressive, toxic, trannies, male masculinity, I think. And I think underneath it is a lot of, I can hear the vitriol and the real anger in the voice of that person.
Yeah,
There's
you can tell that too, huh?
of real anger and vitriol, and I think there's a lot of probably pain, that they're projecting. Maybe they've been rejected by straight men, and they want to be viewed as women, as masculine women. I think there's probably anger at greater society for maybe being ridiculed or rejected or looked at, strangely or comments being made. I think there might be some real resentment, jealousy, envy towards naturally born women, because I really do. I think it's probably a combination of things under all of that, and it's coming out in a kind of a hateful way, a sounding way. Also, there is something. Oh gosh, I saw, because this is trending, and I looked at that. T.S. Madison had a lot to say, and she's still got her penis, and she's a tranny, and she's something. She was something. And
who was that? Who you say?
T.S. Madison.
T.S. Madison, another transgender. I didn't read her stuff, but she
kind of. Oh boy, she's something else.
Yeah, she kind of calling Jessica hilarious. Because somebody said that they mistook her for a transgender. So basically, she poking at Jessica hilarious for being mistaken for a transgender. But think about it, Miss Lady. If T.S. Madison is doing that, that is transphobia. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Storm Monroe, who I like. She does her acts and she dresses up the makeup and everything, but I'm a man. And she has children that she's raising, her own children that she had with the women.
Who the hell is Storm Monroe?
Monroe was on I saw her on a Netflix comedy show. Tiffany Haddish had her on, and she blew up a couple of years ago.
She's a comedian?
She's a comedian, and Storm Monroe agrees with Jess Hilarious completely and say, you are not a natural-born woman. I'm sorry. And so
anyway, I agree.
And Storm Monroe, she says she's a father, but she also is a woman. She's like, I don't know if she call it binary. I don't know.
She's a father and a woman now. Do you hear what you
Yes,
just
she
said?
is. She
God
is. She's
damn.
both. And she said, I'm
I'm
daddy
going
when I'm
on mute,
home.
Tyrone. I can't do this. I'm going on
And
mute.
so anyway, but she agreed with that's hilarious. And she's been getting
It's
pushback from
Flame
people.
Monroe.
And Flame Monroe.
Yeah,
Flame
that's what
Monroe.
MJ just wrote in the
And
chat room.
Flame Monroe. And then I saw it popped up in the algorithm. They got these trannies that are trying to act like they having periods. This woman, and it's a Caucasian, because you can see the hands, is showing people how to put together some concoction with certain type of food colorings where it looks like it's red and it could be menstrual blood.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
not kidding.
For real?
No, I saw it today.
No, Miss Lady, that ain't real, Miss Lady. That is not real.
This is real.
Well, see, if
This
you got to
is
put it, if you
real.
got to put it together in the kitchen, then you know you ain't no real woman. What the hell is?
And they wanna act, and they put it on a sanitary napkin like they really wear it, like they had a period. And then there's somebody else he wanted to like experience how it is to have
And they taping it, Miss Lady. Are they taping this on the?
Yeah, it's
on
on
the
YouTube. It's
Wow.
on YouTube. I saw it today because all this is trending. I don't know if they want clicks and views, but let me see if I can find it.
Well, see,
It
that goes back.
unbelievable.
That goes back to Jessica Hilarious' point about talking about delusional and mentally ill. You see, and
that
they
is
get
very mentally ill.
Hold on for a second. Let me see who these. I got two other
Can
callers.
I just say one last thing? I just want to say one last thing. There's another video. I'm just trying to find these videos so y'all can look if you want to look. Yeah, this man, this tranny, he's like, he put some device on his abdomen so he could, like that, would shock him and make him have spasms, like pain, like he having
That
menstrual
nigga
cramps.
need pills. He
we
needs
getting
some
freaky
pills.
now.
He needs some pills.
That's a little freaky.
He needs some pills.
Who's
I
this?
mean, this is
No,
going too
Lisa,
far.
I'm sorry, Miss Lisa and Miss Lady. I'm sorry. This is way out there. Like
yeah,
I
and
never.
listen, wait a minute. Before you go, Howard, I want to say that I am not transphobic. I don't care about transgenders,
No.
but you know, come on, some of the things that these people do, you know, biting and shit.
Tyrone, that's on the extreme. But as their group as a whole, okay, because that's extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but I think as a whole, certain things that they're trying to push, like they're calling women birthing receptacles.
Yeah, that's some
and
bullshit.
Or fish. Or they calling women fish,
Miss Lisa, can you say that again? I missed what you said.
She said birthing receptacles.
What?
Receptacles.
Birth receptacles. Well, fish, that's not a transgender thing. That's a thing that
I didn't hear you, Miss Elise. I didn't hear you. What
a birthing receptacle. That's so dismissive and very insulting.
Well, I think Howard is.
I didn't hear it.
I think Howard.
I didn't hear it again.
I think Howard is lost because he don't know. I don't think Howard lost. I think Howard lost because he don't know the definition of receptacle. So it's a birthing receptacle.
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear the term. I'm sorry.
I'm just messing with you, man.
So birthing receptacle. Let me just say this.
A birthing receptacle. Wow.
Yes, birthing receptacle.
They're reducing women to nothing but a hole. Okay, you know.
Wow.
Can I say something? Because I don't want YouTube to jump on us. The term fish, that's not a thing necessarily that transgender. That's a thing that the gay community, that they just, when they say.
But it's very derogatory. It's all part of all these derogatory, dismissive, disrespectful words.
Lisa, you got to turn your phone up because Miss Lady drowning you out.
Okay,
you know what? I think it was on. I think Tanya TKO. She had a show, and I think during her show she showed those disturbed transgender men with the menstrual blood and trying to have menstrual cramps. I think it was on her show.
Is that Tyrone? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you, but people talking over you.
I can hear you, Sister Elisa. I can hear you. I'm trying to listen.
Wait, can I get this out about the fish? That is terminology that the LGBTQ plus IA that they use in the clubs and in the ballrooms and the different things when they say someone is getting fish, they're saying they're really getting face, makeup, clothing. They took that their terminology of fish means something totally different than what when women have been called that as an insult by men for decades. So I just want to put that.
Wait a minute, hold on, guys, because I got two other callers I didn't acknowledge yet. Who's these callers on the line? Who lines I got open?
Big Will. Yeah.
Big Will. And who else?
And Joe.
And Joe. Big Will, I ain't heard from you in a long time. How you doing, man?
Can I ask Sister Alicia?
Yeah, as soon as I get finished hosting my show, you can ask whatever you want to. There's one host on this line.
All right, cool.
What's up, Big Will?
I can't call it.
All right.
I've been listening in, and I'm not for nor am I against any of that stuff, right? But I have a question. Do you believe men can have a menstrual cycle?
No, not at all.
Okay. No. But, okay, so I don't know who coined the phrase on TRS or who coined the phrase period. Edutainment. Was it edutainment?
Mm-hmm.
But
edutainment was coined by KRS-One when he made that album.
Oh, word. That's what's up. So
no, the origins is TRS. You got it right, Big Will. Howard trying to take away our glory. It was Mandelicon. It was Mandelicon. That's who it was.
666.
Oh, wait. No, y'all go look it up. 1991, 1992.
I ain't gonna argue with you. Go ahead, Big Will. Go ahead, Big Will. TRS the leader. Go ahead, Big Will.
Can I add this in so that the child won't get somebody report the child?
Go ahead.
Some transgender men do have a menstrual cycle.
No, hell no.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Howard, listen, Howard, you're gonna have to shut up for a second. And Big Will, hold on for a second. Miss Elisa need to elaborate on that.
I don't want the child to get stuff down. Please. Some transgender men do have a menstrual cycle because they were born biological females. So I just wanted to put that out there, that's all.
You talking about a biological female that's turning into a man.
Yeah, go ahead, Big Will.
I thought you were talking about Tyrone at first.
The baby. Do you remember the woman
about Tyrone, like when he sit on the toilet and he do his thing? My bad.
What the hell ever?
Well, check this out. For entertainment reasons, some men do have menstrual cycles, Tyrone. All you have to do is call in TRS on Saturdays and select few men, alleged heterosexual males, as their period.
Sarge and ABC have periods all the time. Theirs never go off.
Oh, goddamn. Hey, I just want to check in.
Okay, man, I appreciate it.
You asked that question from Big Will.
I'm glad to hear from you.
Let's get Joe.
You're doing your thing, brother. Well, bro. Much love to you, bro.
Let's get Joe to
Big Will, were you serious when you asked that question? Can a man have a menstruate? Were you serious?
It was for
edutainment.
Entertainment. Yeah, I was just joking around.
Let's get Joe the Barbarian on.
Glad to hear that.
Joe the Barbarian, what's happening, man?
Woo.
Hey, Ty, before you go to Joe, Ty, I wanted to ask Miss Elisa and the other sister,
Miss
Lady. To me, you guys, you young ladies, to me, this whole conversation, to me, as a real man and existing in the real world, not in the YouTube world or that world. To me, this conversation is really weird and kind of crazy, but and I'm old and shit and whatever. So are these type of conversations real thing going on in the internet world? Like people are actually discussing these things and got a problem and an actual born male is arguing with a born female about menstrual periods. Like that's really going on.
Okay, Howard, it's trending. So it's a real conversation.
If you're keeping up with politics, this type of conversation is going on, period, throughout the entire world. If you keep up with women's sports, this type of conversation are going on. So this type of God, this type of conversation is going on all over. You got Florida and Texas and other states passing laws or fully repealing laws that were already given to different, parts of the LGBTQ plus IA community. It's not just us.
See, and that stuff right there, Lisa. Well, that stuff right there. Okay, but that stuff right there, I can stand beside the transgender people.
And y'all can understand that. But I'm talking about as far as what Tyrone's playing in the video, and like the damn man is talking about or disrespecting women or putting women down about menstruation, like that. You can't own menstruation.
Yeah, Howard, listen, shut up, listen.
That is some wild. That just blew my mind.
Okay, well here, I want everybody to hear it again since Howard's so confused. Howard, shut up.
And like that. I'm talking about just
when
that.
the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogant belief that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello.
Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us?
Hold on, I'm trying to stop it, but it didn't stop. Hold on.
And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the...
Okay, I tried to stop it after that.
Like that, what he just played, is that a serious thing?
Listen,
that
Howard.
Fucking ridiculous.
Listen, that was listen, brother.
Was that C.S. Madison?
No, listen. That was Angelica Ross.
Okay, well, whoever that first person was is a damn fool. Like, why? That's a real conversation. That's what I'm trying to ask you, Liz. That's a real conversation. Y'all gotta argue with a goddamn man who might have.
This service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com. There are 8 participants in the conference. Q&A session has started. The recording has started.
Which is probably 95% of what's going on. So if you choose to ingest and reinsert that kind of stuff into the world, then it does become a subject of conversation. But the point again is the internet lives on extremes, bro. Now, let me just say this. Yeah, this extremes, look, somebody once said, bad decisions create the best stories, and they didn't lie, So extremes also create the best conversations because it gets people riled up. It pushes, points, that are sensitive to people. I mean, this lady came on, with some sense of urgency in what she was saying because something that was said triggered her, and that's what it was designed to do. But I'll just say this. I said this to MJ earlier. I'm too old to get into these fights. That's for the younger generation to fight. I'm going to sit here in my bucket of popcorn and watch the fireworks from the side while I go fishing or cruising or everything else that I do. Let the younger generation figure out how they want to live. Like
this lady and Elisa should have to fight a damn man that probably got.
I'm trying to figure out when Howard became the host. Shut the fuck up. Will you shut up and let Joe finish?
Yeah, they don't have to fight anybody.
Asking Joe a question, bro.
Because they're comfortable in their own gender. Their gender isn't changing, so they don't have to fight anybody. Believe me, Obviously, this lady's comfortable being a woman. She kind of displays that every time she calls in. Peace out to this lady, and Elisa does too. I don't think that they have to fight anybody. The people that have to fight are the ones that are trying to reach that sense of confidence, calm, and peace that they are born with as women.
Well, see, Howard, I'm gonna let you go, but see, we're using the term "fight" in terms of how the women. I don't think it's a fight. And you know, y'all can call me what you want to, but women have always mentored, took care of us, gave us guidance, and all this kind of stuff, right? So yeah, it probably bothers real women, but I think it's more trying to set the ship straight, trying to show you, look, you saying something wrong. You're not a woman. You can't have menstrual cycles and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think they're fighting because hell, they're women. What the hell are they fighting for? You know, a real woman should get a different type of angry or bothered, but not as like they're going to be replaced. Or angry. I don't think they're fighting. You know, that's just my opinion.
Well, Pablo, can I
Go ahead.
Can I add this? A lot of women that take issue with being labeled cis. Now that's been in the past few years, that I don't remember when it was coined. I think back in the 90s or whatever it was. I'm not sure, but it's been used more in the last 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know, because when I became familiar with it, I didn't know what it was, and I was like, "Oh, are you labeling me?" But then after
I don't know what it is.
But after I
Cis is
looked it up,
cis. Didn't Tyrone read the definition earlier?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Allow me to finish. And a lot of women, they don't want any other labels. They just want to be called. They just want to be identified as a woman, and that's how they identify themselves. In everyday life, I don't use that word cis. The only time I use it is if I'm online discussing something similar, and then I will use cisgender, whatever. I'm a cisgender, natural born, woman. I will use that when I am discussing certain subjects. But I understand why a lot of women don't want to be labeled that. I don't give a damn. Because, see, this is the nitpicking with this and that. I think that science and the rest of the world is going to have, we've discussed this before, Tyrone, the science and the rest of the world is going to have to get together on this sports thing. They're gonna have to come to a head on the sports. Transgender women, in women's sports. They're going to have to, and a lot of it is that certain groups of scientists, they are afraid to speak out for fear of retribution. That's what's going on for the LGBTQ plus IA community. So they're going to have to be honest about this sports thing. That's going to have to come to an end. But a lot of this extremism and stuff, let them fight it out, let them this, that. I don't engage in that. Maybe years ago I would have. I'll even since we've been talking about it. It doesn't matter to me. I was born woman. I am a heterosexual woman. I'm not going to get. I don't get down in the fray with that. And I would like to see more black women, more black women, not be so loud with it. You know who you are. You know who you are.
Exactly.
And the transgender community, they got some things they need to work out, because they're taking some of their traits that they were socialized as into their new community. And they're gonna have to work on that. So a lot of work needs to be done on both sides, but I just all this arguing and bickering and the extremes and the this, I am a woman. I love being a woman, and ain't nobody gonna tell me what I don't get.
Lisa,
more women would look at it that way.
Hold on, Joe, because I wanted to get in there real quick, and then I'm gonna get off, but I'm gonna piss. Maybe I'll piss some people off. I agree with Sister Lisa totally, and Sister Miss Lady, and where I'm coming from is that I don't see why Miss Lady, I've never seen Miss Lady. Before I've talked to her and everything, she is a woman, pure through and through. Sister Lisa, same thing. I don't understand why would women need to get involved with something that's so silly with a man saying that silly shit he said. I would just, if I was I would just disregard that shit and move on. Oh, that's some crazy ass shit, and I move on. I wouldn't even think to.
How I'm going to break it down to you, right? Now, and you're going to understand this from the analogy that I'm going to give you. So pay attention. You're a black man. I'm a black man. But when ABC calls himself a black man, don't that bother you?
Yeah, because he's a white inside and out.
So it's the same thing. There you go. You get it now?
No, that shit ain't the same thing, Ty. He's not saying that you black men are not real men. The only real men are white.
I'm showing you how they would get bothered by the trans people.
Right, but I'm just saying I don't think that's I don't think that connects equally. I'm already bothered by that nigga, but I don't even know why you brought him up. But what I'm saying is a real woman know what the hell going on, and this shit is so damn silly for a man in a wig, and I don't care if he got done been shot up in any area to make certain areas bigger. How can you take that shit serious? That's crazy.
I can tell you why, Howard.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can tell you why. You know, it's very simple. Because black women, and let's just break it down even further, black women in particular have always had to fight against labels. All right? Period. From day one. You know, whether they be called mammies, you know, bed wenches. I mean, the list goes on and on and on about the derogatory words used to describe or attach to black women. All right? So this is just another label, you know, that's being added to that bunch. So now imagine you're a fighter and you've been punched on, and here comes somebody else that wants to punch on you. You know, at some point you got to take a stand against certain things. And I guess this is the hill that they choose to die on. And I can respect that, you know, because here's the deal. You know, I was in the barbershop the other day, and obviously a bulldagger walks in to get her hair cut. And she gets her hair cut with the men, and you know, and all that. We don't react the same way, you know, to that. You know, I mean, here she is getting her hair cut, just like talking trash, just like all the other dudes in the barbershop. You know, now if she was to say I'm more man than you, we would laugh. We would laugh. Why? Because we're comfortable in our manhood, right? It's an unshakable thing as men. You know,
and you're making my
I don't know
point,
women.
Joe. You're making my point.
Yeah.
Like, why are women buying into this shit? This dude can't come in straight. Because he can't have a
because of what I just said earlier. Because of what I just said earlier. You know, black women have been literally the punching bag for society for the duration of the years they've been here. And so as a result, I think that they're just saying, we have had enough. You know, think about it. Just a couple of years ago, we were fighting against the term bed wenches. Remember that? We had a whole show against the term bed wenches.
But
MJ, and now here we are, you know.
But MJ just made a good point in the chat room when she said it's about identity. She said you'll never give anyone room or space to take your identity. They can't reverse. They can reverse that anytime, but you know they will always be women. So it's about identity, right? So whenever you're talking about identity, that's something people hold close, near, and dear to their heart. Women have already given up whenever they call themselves trans women, right? So they already given up the term woman and allowing them to use trans woman. Now they want to go further and say, no, I'm a real woman. I'm a woman. So now you're going a little bit too far. You stepping on somebody's toes when you're trying to, you know, take their identity.
I understand that, Tyrone, but when the last time your ass made a video or talked against some damn stud, or we used to call them bull daggers when I was growing up, goddammit. When last time you ever had a one conversation about a damn bull dagger and anything they said or was for, stood for? Ain't no man talk about no damn bull dagger.
Well,
So why is
I don't
these
know. I don't know.
women
They might be
talking
having them
about these
conversations
things?
out there. But you know, I understand. You saying that you don't understand why they would be bothered, but I understand whenever you're talking about identity and somebody's saying that, hell, he claiming that he can have a damn period. That's just bullshit. That's a lie. And this
Exactly. Which
and listen
would
to what I'm
make
saying.
me
Listen to what I'm
further
saying.
just
This
ignore that motherfucker, because that's crazy as
Well,
hell.
sometimes they be so popular you can't ignore them. Like this Angelica Ross, she is a damn big name celebrity. She got all kinds of influence, and she had all kind of work, and she's got a lot of followers. So, as a woman, you want to get out there and say no, young women, that is not true. Trans women can't have periods and all this kind of bullshit. They're just trying to correct the record from this trans woman's mistake.
I can understand that.
It seems
but I
like
wouldn't take it.
there's a intent to blur the lines and like to really have trans women be looked at, treated at, and desired as much as or even more so than natural born women.
Well, that's some bullshit.
Well, I think that's what. So if you scornfully call women names, like Elisa said, was it something about the third hole or whatever they call it? Other derogatory, disrespectful, degrading names that you reduce women to that. It is very misogynistic and bullying to do that. You're trying to destroy their image. You're trying to degrade who they are, the natural born woman, is what it appears to me. And women are saying no. And I understand when they don't want to be called cis women. No, where did that term come from? Who made up that term? And
I don't even know.
Tyrone
brought that shit up. I don't even know what the hell that is.
And so, no, I'm
I
a
don't
woman, and that's who I am, and that's what I want to be called. I don't need other terms that somebody else has made up. No, I said I don't. So this is the thing. I think women are just, like Joe has said, we've been, especially Black women, have been through the ringer with all of the stereotypes, from the mammy to the Jezebel to the bed wench to the whore to the prostitute
to the hoochie mamas,
single mama,
welfare mamas,
to the welfare queen, to the you overhit the wall.
I understand all that
foolishness. And men have not had that kind of degrading kind of terms trying to remove them.
But let me
wait a minute, hold on, Howard. But to your wait a minute, Howard, shut up, Howard.
Tyrone, let me get 30
no,
seconds.
You gonna shut up. Listen, you always getting 10 seconds. But to your point, Howard, there was a transgender, like Miss Lady and Elisa alluded to, Flame Monroe. She came out and she talked trash to that other transgender person, and she said something that was
comedian. Monroe, I know that's a comedian.
But this is what she said that was funny. Listen, she said you may have it chopped off. That's not a vagina down there. That's a sore. And I thought that was funny.
But you know what though? You know what, Tyrone? It's interesting because we got one of the main perpetrators of the bullshit in the chat room right now, Miss Titty Meat, Miss Yoga Pants. And this is something that he does on a weekly. Miss Titty Meat himself, Miss Yoga Pants. Here you have a.
You talking about ABC?
Here you have a guy.
Well, ABC
is a shall not be named.
ABC is a transgender himself.
Yeah.
ABC 1490 is his stripper name.
I mean,
ABC 1490 is his stripper name. That's what it.
He's the main contributor to what I was talking about in terms of the types of language that he uses to describe women that he deems are unworthy. And every week we go through this. There's these women that we're putting on a pedestal, and then there's the rest of these women that are dirty, foul, blah blah blah, and and should burn, and basically say they should burn in hell because they're not women according to his standard. And this is the problem with society now. And this is the kind of pressure that black women are under. You know, we don't measure men that way.
I understand.
You know, we measure women that way. Mm-hmm.
But okay, Joe, my whole point is this, and I agree with everything everybody is saying, but I'm trying to put the shoe on the other foot. If there was a bull, okay, maybe I can't use that word.
Just say trans man. A trans man.
Okay, a trans man. I can't use a stud, a bull dagger. That's what we used to call them. Trans. Tyrone want to say trans. Now you done taught me two words tonight, Tyrone. You talking about cis women and trans men. 2 words that I have never used in my entire goddamn life. I don't know why I can't say bull dagger or stud.
Well, you probably can say stud. I don't think the bull word is. You can say stud, but
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, goddamn, this shit wild. But if a stud told me, or I saw on the internet, a stud said, you men are trying to claim sperm and y'all don't have no sperm, I would look at that and say, well, you goddamn fool, and I'm going to the next thing. You a damn fool. That's crazy as hell. You a stud. You a damn woman that you don't have a penis. I don't think you can generate sperm. What do you mean?
Because I don't want
talking about with menstruation.
Yeah, but I don't want to. Listen, brother, I'm not trying to denigrate that people. And you're talking about you're a woman and all this kind of stuff, and you're gonna cross a line there if you keep going.
No, I'm not trying to cross a line. What I'm trying to correlate 2 things. There was a man that said that women don't own menstruation and this and that, and talking. Now, if there was a stud that said that men don't own sperm and everything, and if I saw that, I'd be like, this is a goddamn fool, and I'm just moving on. It wouldn't be no me. It wouldn't be any reasons for me to even comment on that person, or it's tomfoolery. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? If you was on an island with 500 women and you by yourself, with your thinking, it would nothing be reproduced factually. Nothing. All y'all die.
So are you saying that the conversation? Are you saying that they shouldn't have the conversation or even respond to it?
Yeah. Why would you respond to?
Okay, but listen to this, brother. Listen to this, brother. If you don't respond to it, then the message gets bigger. If you don't stomp it out, then the fire gets bigger. So if you allow this person to call herself a real woman, and then next thing you know, everybody gonna be saying, "Yeah, I'm a real woman." You know, periods don't belong to real women. So at some point in time, you got to speak against this stuff, and you know that's the same thing with me.
Well, I look at it
with those transgender men on the transgender women on the swim team in sports. I mean, it's somebody got to say something at some time.
Yeah, that's cool. But no, I look at it in a different. No, that's different. I look at it in a different way. If somebody's saying something totally fucking stupid, there ain't no need to respond to that person at all. Because when you respond and other people respond, that stupid shit get bigger.
But if you let it go, it gets bigger.
I look at it in a different way.
If you let it go, it gets bigger.
I look at it in a different way. But I'm cool. We get, you can go to the next person. I'm cool. We agree to disagree. I'm not going to argue on that shit.
But you know what, Howard? You know what, Howard? This is why I call into ABC shows sometimes and just embarrass his ass. Because unchecked bullshit sometimes needs to have a check and a reality check to put it in its place. And so every so often I call in just to keep this motherfucker in his cage. Because I just told him in the chat room, without that mute button, you kind of small, nigga. You real small. You ain't got much to say unless you got a mute button.
I see that he even called you all.
Yeah, I know, right?
In the chat room.
Yeah, I'm calling his ass out. He kind of small. But again, he gets away with it because he toes the line. He stays just on the inside of the line. But he's the chief misogynist here. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing
Well,
he is a
me
black
fat.
man.
He called me fat all the time. Tyrone, put my picture up.
Yeah, well, I don't care what he calls me.
I am not
Yeah, I don't care what he calls me.
It's
But
fine.
yeah.
Well, for anybody listening, I do
you
not own a picture of Howard. So Howard, I don't know why the hell you even
You a
said that to me.
goddamn lie. You put it up with all facts and shit. I'm like, why you put my picture up? You
I
put
don't
that
own a
shit
picture
up.
of you, sir.
Put it
I'm
up,
sorry.
nigga. You got it.
Good Lord.
You got it. I send it to you. Put the picture up. That nigga jealous. Full-bodied man. He jealous of a full-bodied man with big arms and shit. He jealous of the motherfucker down there in the basement making goddamn videos. Making videos talk about the vaccine for 3-4 years and shit.
For all we know, he's a bulldagger. For all we know, he's a bulldagger, with a cucumber in his pants. I don't know, man. I can't speculate, because any bulldagger can get a deep voice. Not for nothing,
Well, our community just confused, and I wish the transgender people would stay in their lane. They do have a lane that they need to stay in, and I think they're going outside of
So
that.
ABC said, put that picture up, Tyrone. You got it. It used to be
Howard,
on your show.
I do not have, sir.
Don't put that picture up.
Sir, I do not have a picture.
Well, but Tyrone, man, the internet allows anybody with a microphone.
Oh, he knows
any knucklehead with a microphone.
Busting out of his suit. That nigga really remembered it. Now, Tyrone, you don't even remember the picture. This damn homosexual your ass got in your chat.
Sir.
He remembers it straight up.
Sir, I do not have
it.
But yeah.
He might dream about
the internet.
This nigga might dream about me.
The internet allows anybody with a voice, to get out there and spew out whatever. I mean, look at Greg, who calls in every night and goes off on women, beats up on women, but he ain't gonna do it to men.
Oh, let me say this right here. Hold on. Wait. ABC, listen, and I'm glad you said that because I got an email from East Coast, and I know I'm calling you out East Coast, wherever you at, and he said that you stay on the phone for 6 goddamn hours playing audio, and they want to get on there and talk whenever you're done with your show. Now, sir, I'm just going to kindly just request that, when you're done with your show, that you let people talk. That's all I'm saying, because East Coast was pretty upset in his email. so East Coast was mad as hell because you let him listen to something for 6 goddamn hours. I don't know what the hell be going on.
Tucker Carlson, something like that.
This, Tucker Carlson. Oh, Lisa got a story about Tucker Carlson and Ice Cube tonight. Did y'all see that?
Man, I saw that story.
No.
I'm done. I'm done with Ice Cube. I'm done with Cube. I grew up with Cube. He's from LA, and I'm gonna have to kick this nigga to the curb, man. I'm done with this nigga.
Can you please share the story, Lisa? I'd like to hear it.
Please, Elisa. Let's go through that story, Elisa.
Yeah, I'll read it. Yeah, because I just found out about this, yesterday? Today? Anyway, and I was like, oh my gosh. But this is my thing. I don't understand why he would even, and I'm not against, well, let me just read it. I mean, I wouldn't dignify
please,
him.
Elisa. Please read it, Elisa. Don't give it up, Elisa.
Okay. Bringing Tucker to the hood is peak trash. Ice Cube remains unbothered by critics taunting him about his ride-along type interview with Tucker Carlson. Ice Cube told us in 1990 that he was the one you love to hate. And the reactions to his recent appearance on the Tucker Carlson show, Tucker on Twitter, are proving that claims still ring true for some. So episode 10, titled Stay in Your Lane, Susan Carlson took a ride through the rap icon's child. Now, why are you doing... anyway, let me stop. Tucker Carlson take a ride through the rap icon's childhood neighborhood in South Central Los Angeles, taking in the sights and just kicking it, philosophizing on politics, the NBA, and the COVID-19 vaccines, and more. The two controversial 54-year-olds were aligned on pretty much every topic, which seemed to only further enrage those who were already upset that the man who wrote True to the Game would even sit down with the man considered by some to be a white nationalist and who was fired from Fox News for sending allegedly racist text messages. I first listened to NWA as a sophomore in high school in '87 and constantly became a fan of Ice Cube's ferocity, aggression, and lyrical ability, said one of Twitter users. But these last few years, it's like he is misdirected and misinformed as he caters to right wing. As he caters to the right wing. If Ice Cube has become a sellout black man, that he always warned us about, said another. The ride-along actor has had a sellout label thrown at him repeatedly since he decided to work with the Trump campaign in 2020 to help bolster the team's platinum plan for Black Americans. But in classic Ice Cube fashion, he doesn't care what anyone thinks because he believes he's doing the right thing. I've told everybody that I am not playing politics with this. He told Chris Wallace at the time, referring to the implementation of the contract with Black America. I'm willing to meet with anybody who could bring this to life and make it a reality. But not everyone is critical of Q. Many Twitter users who are Carlson fans have been praising Q for his position on certain issues. Perhaps surprisingly, though, many on Black Twitter have also been defending him against style label. Sellout, excellent user. Ice Cube can only talk to certain people. It is his people to criticize him daily. You'll soon realize black men aren't entertaining the status quo of the same thing. What's hilarious to me is people think because Ice Cube wrote songs that are anti-establishment back in 1987, that means he is liberal or that he is meant that the 30 plus years later he would be. Good grief, said another. One even flipped the script and attempted to point a mirror of some of those criticizing. If bringing Tucker Carlson to the hood is peak trash, that is bringing Biden and other empty politicians into the black church. What is voting for anti-black, pro-war Biden? Truth is that Ice Cube is truer than a sellout Democrat shield. While he has yet to publicly respond to the reactions to his latest interaction with the far right, it's probably safe to assume that his response will be consistent with his past responses, like earlier this month when he shot back at fans who asked him if he was selling out. I don't know what Ice Cube was doing. I heard about it. I didn't see the ride along, but this is my thing. And I know a lot of black people. Okay, let me pull back on that. Let me just say this: a ride along with Tucker Carlson in your hometown, your neighborhood, or in South Central, wherever the hell that was. Tucker Carlson is just, what's the word? He in a sense, Tucker Carlson is using you. He doesn't care about any of that. He has, when it comes to that, he's just using you to push across whatever it is that he's trying to do. Maybe Ice Cube is far right wing. We have a lot of, not a lot, but there is a nice little number of black people who are that. But Tucker Carlson is a racist. Tucker Carlson has an agenda to push, and his agenda does not involve black people. That's what I do not understand. By black people who follow these, who think these people are going to include them. If Tucker Carlson and those like him are able to get their way with the agenda that he pushed for years on Fox News that caused so much mess that we have going on right here in America right now with the division. If you think that if Tucker Carlson and those were to get the America that they claim that they want, I know a lot of it that stuff Tucker Carlson says he doesn't believe in most of it. Most of it is very performative. But nonetheless, if they were to get the America that they want, it does not include you. You're not going to pop black men or whoever else is believing that. You're not going to pop collars with them. They look at you as less than them, and they will use whatever avenue that they can to push their message through. So I just would think that Ice Cube would be a little bit more sharper than this. And I've seen a lot of black people. He played chess He's not playing chess, he's playing checkers. Okay, he might be playing checkers, but Tucker Carlson is playing for Tiki. They're playing a more different type of game, and you think you're playing chess with them. They're out there doing something totally different, and they're going to mull you over the first chance that they get. They do not care. He does not have any type of understanding or whatever as it relates to an Ice Cube. It's not the world that this trust fund baby grew up in and with the agenda that they have going. So I would just hope that Ice Cube would be a little bit more, learn how to nuance things a little bit better than what he's doing. But I'm not going to call him a sellout. I'm not going to call him a sellout, but I'll call him stupid.
I will, and I can tell you why if I go next. I can tell you why.
Well, you're not going next because this is not your show. Good Lord, man. What you just want to come here and bogart Tyrone all the time? But anyway, so with this story right here, I think I call him a sellout, and I call him Uncle Tom. I call him all that stuff because that's exactly what he's displaying. Ice Cube is a capitalist. That's just the bottom line. He's a capitalist. The same way I explained to you guys about Boyce Watkins and Umar Johnson and Brother Polite and the nation of Uruguay or whoever the hell they is. This guy knows that black people is going to pay him, and it doesn't matter how they pay him. Now, when it comes to his politics, he's a little thrown back because he's in this mind space. And ABC, I'm gonna pick on you for a second. He's in this mind space where ABC is when it comes to politics. He's with this anti-COVID. He's with this, the Democrats ain't did nothing for you and all of that bullshit. So he's a genius when it comes to business and finances and stuff like that. And he but when it comes to politics and just thinking with common sense, there's something missing because, like you guys alluded to, Tucker Carlson is a white nationalist. He's a white nationalist racist, and he's proud to display it. And now he's wearing Ice Cube around his neck like a fucking token because he has a way bigger audience than Ice Cube. And now all he's going to say to his audience is, look, I got this black rapper to ride along in his hood, so they're good with me. So Tucker Carlson just using this man, and he's too dumb to see it. So later for Ice Cube. I mean, congrats on your career and all that kind of stuff. Great success, but whenever you come to talking about this plan to Donald Trump for Black America and all that kind of bullshit, no. You mean to tell me you got all this success rapping about fucking gangsters and lifestyle and the police, and you can't recognize a fucking racist? You don't know what a fucking racist is. You done rapped about the struggles of black people and all this kind of bullshit, and you too dumb in your fucking 50s to know what a fucking racist is and to stay the fuck away from them. So, later for Ice Cube. All right, Howard, you can go.
Yeah, I totally agree with about 90% of what you said, and 100% is he's a capitalist. What he's trying to do, in my opinion, he owns the big three basketball organization. He's trying to get the NBA to buy into that shit. So what he's trying to do is appeal to these white motherfuckers so they can pick up his big three thing so he can get fucking paid. So when Tyrone said he's a capitalist, you goddamn right. He don't give a fuck about black people. He ain't thinking about y'all. This nigga trying to get paid personally. That's what he trying to do.
What?
All this other shit, all that other, that's just a means for him to get his big three organization, which comes on TV. You guys may look at it every weekend. They go to different cities, do their thing. But his whole thing is he's trying to get the NBA pick up his league. And so he's going to do whatever he can to get in good graces with these damn white people that got the money to pick his shit up so he can get paid, his league can get funded, everything gravy for him, not for us, for him. So when Tyrone said he's a capitalist in the major sense, yeah, he is. And I done lost a lot of respect for Cube, all them songs he made, this and that. This nigga done changed from a nigga growing up in the hood, but a lot of people from the hood. We all know people that grew up in the hood, go off to college, do their thing, don't give a damn about the hood. They won't even accept your phone call. They won't fuck with you. They capitalists. They don't. They think you're always trying to get something from them. They don't. He's one of those type of niggas. I done lost a lot of respect to Cube. Cube is throwing black people ass under the bus for his own fucking bottom line. That's a fact. Y'all look it up to see if Cube wants the NBA to fund the NBA or the his 3-on-3 shit. Look it up. That's what he wants. He getting with Tucker Carlson to make himself more susceptible, to make the white people accept him more in today's shit. Because let's be serious, you guys. The people that have the big money in those sports organizations, most of them are right-wing conservative motherfuckers. That's what he's going after. He wants to say, hey, I think like you guys. And by the way, you know, tap into my shit. So that's what he's doing. I'm disappointed in his ass, but hey, it's a capitalistic society trying to do what he got to do. But if y'all don't know the behind the scenes and what's going on, look it up, see what's going on. This nigga just trying to get paid. Don't give a fuck about me, Tyrone, Lisa, anybody on there. He don't give a fuck about that. He just trying to get paid. I'm done.
All right, Miss Lady. Okay, if you're talking, you're on mute. Joe?
Yeah, I was going to say this. He's like a lot of people that fall into the trap of they think that they're smarter than they are. And so what he doesn't realize is the right-wing propaganda machine is huge. And Tucker Carlson's just a part of it. They're going to chop this up. They're going to slice and dice this, and they're going to make him look really, really bad. You know, he's going to ingratiate the price he's paying to ingratiate himself into a certain audience is going to be paid on you know the backs of black people that he doesn't even know or realize. You know, he has now become a propaganda tool for the right-wing white community. And it's sad because I'm sure he didn't go in thinking that this would be, but that organization, that spin machine is huge. And they take advantage of every opportunity, you know, to put out false information, propaganda, blah, 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 blah. So sorry to see the brother go down. This is an L that he's going to live with a long, long time. So it is what it is now, you know. Just another brother who thought he was smarter than that propaganda machine.
Yeah, and Fox News. Listen,
nigga.
Fox News is one of the organizations that was telling black people how bad rap music was for them. Tucker Carlson was sitting on the TV telling if we didn't listen to rap music, we wouldn't commit crimes. So now all of a sudden Tucker Carlson done seen the fucking light and he was listening to fucking Ice Cube in high school after you done denigrated black people and their culture and their rap music for so many goddamn, all of a sudden you and Ice Cube buddies. See, this is some bullshit.
Yeah. It's a money play, Tyrone.
Yeah.
It's a money play. They making a move, bruh. Not Tyrone. I was finna call Ice Cube. Ice Cube is making a play. He been making this play for goddamn 3-4 years. He making a play ever since he bought that Big 3 league, started that shit. He been making a play because he want to get in to that big boy table. They buy into his business, and he got to think like them. He want them to know that I think like y'all. I fuck with Trump. I'm all on this shit. Vaccine, all that shit. He making a play. But, you know, certain niggas like your dumb nigga in the chat, ABC, don't understand what a play is. Nigga been trying to make a play for years. That's what it is.
I want y'all to pay attention to I want y'all to pay attention to how ABC, Howard just worked ABC name into his conversation. Now, I go through this every day. We'll talk about 30 minutes, and all of a sudden, I hear ABC. We ain't talking about no goddamn ABC. But listen, this country is at a point now to where down there in Florida,
What should be talking about?
because you every time you talk, you mention ABC.
Nigga, you brought up ABC to me early in the conversation.
I'm hosting.
I didn't say that.
I'm hosting.
You you the host. Oh,
Yeah,
so
I'm
that
hosting.
excuse you. But then you turn around and be like, you brought up it when you brought him up 20 minutes ago. That's
Yeah,
silly
I'm hosting.
shit.
I
But
got
go
I got
ahead. Go
I got
ahead,
to
silly
interact with the
nigga.
chat. I got to
Go
interact with the
ahead.
chat
Go
room. You know,
ahead, silly nigga. You
I
sound silly as fuck. Go
I got
ahead,
to
little silly nigga.
I got to interact with the chat room. You know, right now he's on fire in there.
Funny, man.
Yeah,
But
I'm
anyway,
the host. I'm the host.
what the hell was I? You
Yeah,
done
go
fucked
ahead.
me up. What was I gonna say?
Yeah, because you silly as fuck. But go ahead, little silly nigga. Are you
Oh
sure
no. Listen. He hanging out with Tucker Carlson, and Tucker Carlson is supporting these new agendas from these new extreme agendas from the right wing, like down there in Florida, where they're trying to, you know, teach black people that there was some benefits to slavery. And you know, they're taking away the black books and banning books with black historical, and Tucker Carlson is pushing all of this shit, and Ice Cube gonna sit up in the goddamn car with this motherfucking ride through the neighborhood. I watched that stupid ass video. And it's a damn shame that that man did that shit.
Well, I didn't watch the video. I didn't need to watch the video to know what was going on. I probably should have watched the video, but I understand what he's doing. He's making a play, and that's sad for a brother that supposed to been, at least for us on the West Coast, man, an anchor, a voice of what black people, black men were going through at the time. And this nigga done got so much money and doing it, and he just selling his shit out. Yeah, that's why I say fuck you, man. I'm disappointed in him, like for real. Cause when the definition of a sellout is what that nigga is doing right now. I agree with you totally on that, Tyrone. That nigga is selling out for real.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said he trying to become another Kanye West. I think that was Frodo. So I think he trying to make money. But y'all heard about that in Florida where they trying to, you know, teach black people that slavery was a benefit. Slaves benefit.
Well, I heard ABC in what's that cool ass nigga name? Sarge. I called in. Them niggas was talking about how slaves were so skilled and shit. They were building shit. I said, God damn, what is going on? Slaves were so skilled, and then you know, and Tyrone, I called you. I said, what the fuck? And then you told me, you said, yeah, they probably got that from that shit that passed in Florida. I said, oh God, damn, that's crazy.
Go ahead, Elisa.
Tyrone, can I add this? This is, you would think, but sometimes I think sometimes we give some people a little too much credit, because you would think that Ice Cube would be smart enough, but we might have been giving him a little bit too much credit. Because a lot of his rap and things that they were doing back then with NWA, a lot of that he was lying about. That wasn't his reality. Mm-hmm. Like some of the other guys.
No, ma'am. That's not his reality.
But
that's not his reality.
The thing is, they don't realize that these type of people like Tucker and them, these different, you know, not just Tucker, but people in that lane, they will grift you to get what they want from you. But they do not like you. And this is what I mean by that. They have less respect for someone like you because they know what you're doing and they know what you're trying to do, but they have less respect for people who they know will sell out. I don't use the word sell out, but as you all say, that will do that than a black person who's actually out here conscious and really trying to fight for their people. They do not like those that will turn on their own to get their foot in the door. They have zero respect for you, and I don't understand why they don't understand that. They will grift you, but they despise you more than that one outside on the street holding a Black Lives Matter sign. They do. They don't like you.
Sister Lisa, I agree with you, but I think Cube knows. But he's playing a very dangerous game. You know, he on that little skinny, board where, you know, you take a step off on the left, you're going to fall, you take a step.
It's a plank.
Playing the plank. There you go, child. He's walking that plank. He know he walking that plank. They know his ass walking that plank. They're using each other. He's looking for a big payout. They're looking to use his ass for their thing. In the meantime, before you get that big payout, you trying to play that game though. And you, Sister Lisa, you're right. But Cube is trying to play that game. And that's why I blame him more than them. Because he know what time it is. He know what's going on. He know they finna use him and all the shit he's saying to try to snuggle up into their ass cheeks so he can get his league paid for. He know that. He know it. I blame him more than I blame them white people. They gonna use his ass to the end. Now, will he get paid at the end of it? That remains to be seen. Will his league get picked up by the NBA or somebody? Remains to be, but that's what he wants to happen. That's what he's trying to do. So he gonna snuggle up into them ass cheeks. And that's just the nigga you love to hate is doing that. That's where we at 2023. In 1991, he was a nigga you love to hate. Now he's snuggling up in the white cheeks. This is a damn shame. A fucking shame, man. Fuck that nigga. I don't blame Tucker Carlson and them. He went to them. They didn't go to his ass. He went to them.
Well, he's a victim. He's a victim of social media, just like everybody else. Is what I was trying to explain when it comes to politics. And if he really wanted to know, if he really wanted black power, then he would see how this system works and try to take it over. But that's not what he's doing. He's casting out everything. The Democrats and Republicans, I guess, and saying, you know, neither one of them don't work. But that ain't the way you take over a system. You take over the system just like Donald Trump did. You go in there and you fucking tell the party what the fuck they gonna do, and then you start doing it. You know, so even though Donald Trump is a damn crook, I mean, he took over the goddamn Republican Party. That is a fucking fact. So if you want something to happen in this country, you're going to have to get involved in politics. You're going to have to train your people about politics and how to win politically. Then you change the rules, you know. All this shit with this plan for a black America.
He don't want nothing to happen. He want his damn business to be funded by these white people. He don't want no change in the country. He's trying to get paid. Tyrone, he don't want no fucking change. That's bullshit. That's him pandering to people that's going to fund his goddamn business. It's bullshit. He don't want no change. He don't give a fuck about that. You falling for the bullshit. Q don't give a fuck about that. Read the tea leaves, bro.
Well, no, it's a grift. It's a grift, like Elisa said. It's a grift, and you know, because he's Ice Cube and NWA, you know, he got a lot of black people that listen to that bullshit. Just like Ken was going to vote for him, even though he made a rap song about fucking Eazy-E.
Exactly. That's the perfect example. He done pulled the wool over niggas' eyes. That let you know he don't give a fuck about niggas. He had you voting for him, voting for Trump, but his end game is for his ass to be paid. He don't give a fuck about people. He ain't a Malcolm X. He ain't a King. He ain't on that level. That nigga is a Donald Trump.
Fuck the police was a long time ago.
What you say, Joe?
The police was a long time ago. Fuck the police was a long time ago.
Yeah, and he probably only did that for money too. Tell you the truth.
I don't think he felt that way. That's what they did to get where they needed to be. That was the stuff that he was rapping about was not really his reality. It was some of his reality, but it really wasn't his reality.
Well, that's the truth.
Tupac was rapping about stuff that wasn't his reality either. So
Yeah, that's the
you
truth
know.
because Ice Cube ain't never been to jail. He don't know what it's like behind them damn bars. So, he just I guess he just listened to the stories of people on the street and tried to translate that to music the best way he can. So you're right.
And he did a
It
great job.
wasn't his
He had a
reality.
great mother. He had a great mother and father who were together, that was in the home, that was raising him. He was going to school. He was this and that. A lot of that, not ECE, a lot of that stuff was his reality.
Yeah.
And some of the other ones,
MC Ren and Easy grew up
Dr.
in
Dre.
the same neighborhood.
Dr.
Dre.
Dre. Yeah, that was more their reality. It was not really all his reality.
Cube wasn't from Compton, and I don't know. See, I'm from LA. I don't know. Cube was from the West Side.
Oh, you know what? I remember the controversy when Ice Cube tried to join NWA. Wasn't there a controversy? There was something going on.
No, I don't remember that.
I can see when you said that kind of brought that back in my mind. But you said what you got to say, and then Mama's Boy, you can go. Let me introduce Mama's Boy, so you can go right after Howard finish Mama's Boy.
Yeah. Q in LA, it's a dividing line, which is the Harbor Freeway. You got the West Side and the East Side. I'm from the East Side, which is more where all the projects are at and more of the poor people. Black people that stayed on the West Side of LA, where Cube is from, they were raised up in homes and good neighborhoods and things like. He's not even from Compton, nowhere near. Hell, I grew up closer to Compton to where Cube grew up at. Cube grew up in the hundreds on the West Side. I grew up on the East Side, very close to Compton, about 5 minutes away. Cube about 30 minutes away from Compton. But, I guess good rapper, they brought him into the group and then, he did his thing. So his shit has always been capitalistic. He wasn't living that life in Compton. He ain't even from Compton. Don't know near nigga in Compton. Never did that. So his shit has always been capitalistic. I'm just gonna put it out there. And I love Q, but that nigga done turned over his goddamn card. I see his card now, and I'm calling him out on his bullshit. I'm done.
All right, Mama's Boy, what's happening?
Hey, I just checking in, saying hello to the family, and Howard, you said,
oh Lord, I forgot about Big Will. Big Will, did you want to say anything? Oh, he must be doing something. Yeah, he don't call in that often. I skip right on him. Go ahead, Mama's Boy.
No, I was just, Howard made me think when he said he ain't no Malcolm X, he ain't no Martin Luther King. I said he's more like Don King. It's all about
Yes, sir. Keep on going, my boy. Keep on going. I agree with you.
No. Peace, family. Peace. Y'all can get it in. I'm listening. I'm here. Our time.
How do you feel about it, Mama's Boy?
Who, Cube? I've been banged on Cube long time ago. I gotta remember Steve Coakley told about Cube and Ice-T and all them niggas, and how he left Steve Coakley hanging. He was supposed to do some shit with Steve Coakley, and they backed out.
Mama's Boy. I grew up with Cube. I understood what it was, but I loved his music. And, he was banging for, he was telling the story of black people in the neighborhood. And so I accepted it, although I understood it. Now, people from other areas might not understood. Cube wasn't from Compton. He wasn't Doughboy. He was a fucking rapper doing his thing for money. I understood that, but I loved his message and what he was doing. Now, when I'm seeing what he's doing, I said, oh, this nigga on some, I'm trying to get my business picked up, and fuck y'all niggas. Fuck what y'all talk about. I'm finna snuggle up to these white boys. That's why I said, oh yeah, Q, you done jumped the shark, nigga. You on some other shit. So now I done let him go. Like, yeah, nigga, you done fuck To me, now there's a lot of people that don't understand and know it. That's why I'm trying to put it out there. He a fuck nigga. Period. He a fuck nigga, and he don't give a fuck about black people. He give a fuck about his own pockets, and that's what this whole grift been about for what 3 years. The vaccinate, all this shit been about him trying to get paid.
Howard, you
That's
sound a
a
little
fact.
you sound a little hurt, Howard. Are you hurt?
I
Well,
am a little hurt.
You know what's interesting,
I am
Howard?
a little hurt. I am a little hurt because the nigga's supposed to been better than that. I've been
Yeah.
rocking with the nigga since like 80,
But
86.
I told you a long time
Yeah,
ago.
I'm hurt.
I told you a long time ago you niggas from the West Coast would sell outs, now didn't I?
Oh, nah, he can go on some more bullshit.
You know what, Howard? You know what's interesting is here in New York, man, they're celebrating the 50 years of hip hop. And there's been a whole bunch of like free concerts and shit like that. And it's like Cube ain't involved in none of that shit, man. Which is to me quite telling, man. I mean, damn, Wu-Tang is giving a free concert in a week or so. Wu-Tang and Cube, in fact, the West Coast, Cypress Hill is representing y'all, man. I would think that Ice Cube would be in the middle of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Cube ain't.
The Cypress Hill's from LA, you know?
I wouldn't have said this shit 3-4 years ago. I'm saying it now, though. That nigga ain't shit. Real. You can make fun of me all you want.
It's just sad, man. Yeah, I just don't understand why.
They ain't got no King T. They ain't got no King T up there in New York. King T didn't come up there. King T is drunk again. I mean, hip-hop, man. That's boy.
Yeah, but
that was all of it, man. And you miss that when you have like this joker like Ice Cube, who could probably round up Quick and all them niggas with his name and bring them hoes out to New York. I see what you're saying.
But Mama's boy, check it out. When Tyrone tried to make fun of me, like, nigga, you sound hurt. Yeah, I am. That's the nigga. Boys in the Hood came out. I was 19 years old. He was Doughboy. Before that, on the records, like this nigga was the mouth of the fucking street. He's that guy. Hell yeah, I'm hurt. Now these years, 30 years later, your ass gonna sell out black people to try to get your business sold to white people? Fuck yeah, I'm hurt.
You remember them lines he said about Eazy-E?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah,
them lines he said about
Eazy-E paying $5,000 to eat with.
Remember he said, I never have
dinner with the president. Yeah.
And if I see your ass again, I'll be hesitant.
Yeah.
Howard, listen, they got a suggestion.
Yeah, I'm hurt.
They got a suggestion in the chat room that we open a GoFundMe for you so you can get over these feelings that you're feeling right now for Ice Cube.
Do you guys want my what is that shit called that you give money to? I think I got
your
one.
PayPal? Yeah, they're gonna donate to you so
you want me to put my PayPal?
Yeah, so you can take some grief.
My Cash App. I don't have a PayPal. I got a Cash App. Y'all want to put my Cash App? You
can take some grief classes. You can take some grief classes and try to get get past this.
I'm gonna put my Cash App in the chat. Help me get over this. I'm gonna put my Cash App in the chat. Help me get over this shit.
It sounds like you was raised up on NWA out there,
Yeah, it sound any way it want to sound. Cash at me, motherfuckers. Cash at me if you want to help me.
We're gonna have to move along now.
Oh man.
I mean, it shouldn't be surprising when Ice Cube tried to derail the politics the last time. I'm not surprised at what Ice Cube did.
Well, Tyrone, can I say something real quick,
brother? In, Sister Renee. Sister Renee.
Ice Cube ain't did nothing no different than when Farrakhan brought in Scientology, or whenever you have one nigga going, they go one way to get the following, and next thing you know, they pull the trap door and spring on you what they really about. So Ice Cube
and Farrakhan is in charge of what now?
Remember when he brought
Oh, the
in
Nation of Islam.
Scientology?
Yeah, the Nation of Islam
Right.
always been full of shit to me. But go ahead.
Yeah. But my point is, it didn't surprise me that he was a nigga that way. But I can't lie. You know, Ice Cube made a whole lot of anthems when he was hungry.
Yeah.
But the minute he satisfied his capitalist stomach, he ain't give a fuck. He ain't give a fuck. And you know, ain't that how it always play out?
Yep.
They show you their true colors. Next thing you know, you got Armstrong Williams sitting up there with his little glasses talking about slavery was a good thing for black people. That's what you hear in them spit down there in Florida.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to bring up a while ago when they said, you know, black people benefited from. Howard, if you cut me off one more time, I'm gonna hit you upside your damn head. But that's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to explain a while ago. That's going on in the nation now, that they were saying slavery, black people benefited from slavery.
Well, that Jesse
And let me
Lee
say this,
Peterson.
and I was gonna say this. I just read something in the chat what a dumb nigga said. The Cube is supported. 80% of his moves are supported by black people. That's so fucking dumb, nigga. You can't get to the next level just fucking with black people. Who the fuck? Jay-Z didn't become Jay-Z just fucking with black people. Michael Jordan didn't become Michael Jordan because he was selling shoes like Shaq did to just poor black people. Are you a damn idiot? No, this nigga's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking fool. When you want to go to the next level, you got to cross over the game.
Oh, big time.
You got to go cross over to the white folk. Jermaine, I thought you were smart, but I see you's another dumbass nigga to think you're smart. You're another dumb nigga to think he's smart. 80% of black people fuck with Q. Nigga, that's 13%, and 80% of them, that's 13 or 80, what's that, like 10, 12%? You can't get to the next level of the game with that. You got to tap into that 72% to get you to the next level. These dumbass niggas. What, Tyrone? But you right, Tyrone. When you told me, man, there's a lot of dumb niggas listen to my show. You right, Tyrone. There's a lot of dumb niggas listen to your shit. You right.
Nah, you ain't never heard me say no shit like that.
They think they smart as hell, though.
How you gonna drag me into your... Shut the hell up. How you gonna drag me into some shit you ranting about? You right, Tyrone. You right, Tyrone. You right.
Dumb niggas
listen, shut up.
Yeah, I put it out there. Out there. You got that. There's a lot of dumb niggas. They think they so smart.
Shut up, nigga. You got all that mouth, but you scared to say what you got. Oh, you right, Tyrone. There's a lot of dumb niggas call this show.
A lot of dumb niggas.
I'm in here eating this damn baked chicken. Listen, when you
shut... Go ahead and call in. I want to hear
Howard, can you shut the fuck up? Howard,
Renee
stop talking. Man. Howard, your mouth is moving and words are coming out. Shut up. Unknown caller, who's on the line?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, what's up, Renee? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Renee?
I had a little nappity nap, and then I woke up and I was like, what? I was seeing what was said in the chat or whatever, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know nothing about that damn Tucker Carlson and Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to speak on that.
Well, go ahead, sis.
On that, I just kind of got caught up with it and saw some of the parts and clips and everything. And first and foremost, you know, when Ice Cube came out with his plan, you know, I try to support his plan. I did a whole stream going through every point in his plan. It was one part of his plan I did not like that I spoke on that stream, which was that he basically was saying that black people, we're gonna do right kind of thing. It was like towards the end part. And I'm like, I don't feel that, I don't support that. But you know, he was pushing for supposedly for reparations and things like that. And so I supported him in that. Then it's like, as time goes on. And I said then, now these were Ice Cube's words about how he never met with Trump. Okay, one of Trump's aides, she came out and said, yeah, Ice Cube, this, that, and the other, and Trump met with him, and blah 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 blah. And Ice Cube was like, no, I never met with him, and I think one of his white, and I think Jewish, like business partners, knew Kushner, and that's how they got the meeting or whatnot. And so he never met with Trump. He met with him and with Kushner or whatever, and that was that. And I'm like, well, they used him because they put this, scenario out there that, oh, well, Trump is meeting with Ice Cube and he's going to use his plan to help black people and all this kind of stuff, when that really was not the case. And that's according to Ice Cube's own words. So you had these coons running around here. They were so mad at me because I pointed that out, and I stand on that. Again, that's his own words. Now, I noticed that I saw probably about a month ago, maybe, he had did an interview with Bill Maher. And I was like, okay. And then I watched most of the video, or most of the interview. And I was like, okay, he was seeing pretty chummy and buddy, and Bill Maher's a huge racist. I mean, an absolutely huge racist. And so I'm like, okay, all right. Then today, I'm seeing all this stuff with Tucker Carlson. He riding around chummy with him, taking him to South Central or riding through South Central or whatever. Like, Tucker Carlson is an absolute white supremacist. I mean, a damn hood-wearing white supremacist. Why are you in a car with him? Why are you riding him around through South Central LA or whatever the case may be? Why are you, or Compton or whatever, why are you acknowledging that? Why are you having this man, bringing this man with you? This racist-ass bastard. What black people, what large black platforms have you gone on to try to bring light or attention to them? And then now when you look it up, you see all the usual suspects. You see if you look through the YouTube, if you look this up, you see all of these right-wing channels, all these right-wing people. Oh, they loving Ice Cube. They got his picture up everywhere with Tucker Carlson. Oh, yeah, Ice Cube's out there really showing off. He's hanging with Carlson, this, that, and the other. You see coons like Jason Whitlock. Oh, they loving Ice Cube now. Now, this is what kills me, right? They were the ones who talked all about gangster rap. They were the ones who talked about, the music, what's going on in the music, what's being said in the music. NWA was instrumental in that. You had Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted, with the triple Ks, okay? All of the above. But now they loving him because he does lean toward, he's right-leaning. I don't care what nobody say. He's right-leaning. Instead of it just being black-leaning, it seems very right-leaning. And he was pictured with the Robert F. Kennedy, that weird-ass man. I don't know what the hell's wrong with his voice. He's this is ridiculous. So I'm not surprised. I can't really say I'm disappointed in a way, yes. But at the same time, I'm not surprised either. And you're going to have these coons out here that's going to be caping for Ice Cube with this move. Like I said, this was decided in court. This came out. They stood on this. That Tucker Carlson is purely for entertainment purposes. That nothing he says should be taken as fact. And for Ice Cube to supposedly be serious about what he's doing, why are you aligning with somebody like that? Why are you being interviewed by somebody like that? And I've seen people's comments like, imagine people get mad that a grown man is deciding to interview with another man. But y'all wouldn't say that If it's somebody else y'all don't like, if it's somebody who's less leaning, or they say the libtards and all this stuff, y'all wouldn't like that. Y'all would be calling that out. If he was running around doing an interview with Kamala Harris, hanging out, they would have something to say about it. And not even that that's comparable, because Tucker Carlson don't hold no damn office. Okay? He's literally a racist ass, white supremacist, wealthy bastard who runs around with his dog whistles and his BS. And then also they love an Ice Cube because of the whole vaccine thing. At this point, they don't have nothing else to cling on to, because all these people that are supposed to die and all this other stuff or whatever, let me not even say that on here, but all these people that are supposed to have had these adverse situations, it's not happening. It didn't happen. So now they running behind him. And we got to understand something too. We're coming up on another election, y'all. That's why they rolling him out again. Because they're never going to do the plan that he was going to do.
Oh,
They're
that's a
never
good
gonna have
point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because they've been pretty much quiet, but now as it's starting to ramp up for the next presidential election, the 2024 election, as that's ramping up, now here they roll Ice Cube back out again. Like, hey, black men, black guys, because they know that, you know, specifically more black men has started trending right. And so they know that, they understand that. And if they can snipe off enough, you know, black men, so to speak, that will help them. And so they're going to angle with Ice Cube because they feel like, oh, this is somebody who resonates with black men. And so if we get him over here on our team, this is all about the upcoming election. That's what this is about. That's the only reason they talking to him. Let's be very clear on that. And my thing is, black folks, if y'all think these conservatives about to do reparations, you out of your damn mind. So then what else are they meeting with him for? Part of his premise was reparations. If you're not going to do that, why are they meeting with Ice Cube? Why are all these right-wing people posting him up? Because it's just to get enough black folks to buy into it, because their whole premise was to leave the Democratic plantation, but they didn't ever say leave the plantation altogether. No, they just want you on the Republican one. Just switch sides. They want you to battle over who's the better slave master type concept. And so now they rolling out Ice Cube to make people, you know, buy into this whole thing. So this is all about the election, about trying to get Trump back in office, about trying to get as many black men to buy into this as possible because they like Ice Cube. They think so little. I just want to let black people know, they think so little of you that they think because somebody who was formerly a rapper, that he's over here talking to them, that legitimizes them to black people. That's how little they think of black people, because they're not going to be focused on reparations. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. So this is just some more bullshit. That's all this is at the end of the day. And last thing, black folks, y'all better, like, this is crazy. Because this is the thing with the conservatives, right? They do not want to share space with black people. I don't know why y'all don't get that. So many black people think if they come off as the upstanding Negro, if there's a respectability politics, and you guys need to pull your pants up, and you guys need to do this and that, and you know, admonish black people, and you wag your finger and this and that somehow makes you, puts you on a pedestal in their eyes. They don't give a damn. They don't want black people to be Republicans. They don't want that. They just want enough black people to defect enough to swing things in their favor. That's why you never see them pushing anything about any issues in a positive way about black people. You never gonna hear them talk about nothing about no damn reparations. You're never gonna hear them talk about anything legitimate when it comes to black people. They will never do that because they don't want black people in their party. Their party is for them. They just want to be able to get back in power this time around.
Hold on, Renee. I got to push back a little bit on you. You know, not for nothing. You know, when you pull your pants up and act right and become that vanilla Negro, they give you a free show on Freedomizer for 5 years. And then you can jump over to a black show and act like you black. You know, I'm just saying.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You do they bidding for them. Yeah, come on over. Here, buddy, we're going to pay for your platform and everything. Come on over here.
Right.
Well, what y'all talking about is what Byron Donalds is going through in Florida right now. You know, he's the GOP black guy from Florida, and all of a sudden, you know, they got rid of the books and started banning black people history, and now they're trying to teach them down there in Florida that, you know, slaves, black people benefited from slavery, and he pushed back on Twitter a little bit. Now he getting ready to get shown that they don't give a fuck about his black ass. He need to either go with the program or get off the goddamn get off the boat. So
Florida didn't have any slaves, Tyrone. Come on, they were contract workers, man. You know.
That's right.
Florida has no slaves. They were contract workers.
And
they chose to be slaves.
That's right. And Florida is just the beginning, because they already pushing this in Wisconsin, a lot of other places. It's just going to continue to spread. And then if y'all see, like in Mississippi, how Sarge always gets so mad. He can't get around me he always will hang up when I get on him about this, because the right wing, these people been selling the black folks the longest, like, oh, you know, it's the blue cities and the blue states that's doing this and that and this or whatever. But the truth about it is, if we just gonna deal with the facts, for instance, Mississippi should be doing amazing. And the reason they should be doing amazing is because Mississippi is the blackest state in the country. And Mississippi is also one of the most Republican states in the country, and has been for a very long time, especially as you go up the ladder of power. Now, why then are so many people in Mississippi? It's, you know, a lot of abject poverty there. It's low. And I'm not saying this to attack my people or anything at all. I'm just highlighting like the actual disparities going on there. Very low education rate, very low income rate, one of the poorest states in the country, okay? One of the worst health outcomes in the country.
Oppression is stronger down there. They are more oppressed by the laws.
And then we have all of the stuff that happened with the water in Jackson, Mississippi. We got now that the Republican legislature said that Jackson, Mississippi, you all can't choose your judges through voting. We're going to choose who gets put into power and who does what. Now, why isn't Mississippi thriving? Because it's such a red state. And it has all these black people, because they claim that this is the way to go for black folks. So shouldn't Mississippi be thriving and doing well? Shouldn't Kentucky and West Virginia and Arkansas and Alabama, these are all the poorest states in the country, by the way. Shouldn't all of those states be excelling? Because they've had Republican rule for a very, very long time. They've been the ones in the positions of power. But the people in those states are suffering. The people in those states are extremely poor. They're in poverty. But see, Sarge will, he'll go off and then hang up behind that, because you can't answer those questions. If they do such a better job, they do such a good job, then you would see it reflected in those states and in those areas where they have been in power for decades on decades on decades. You would see it there, but you don't.
You know, I can respond to that, Renee. I can tell you, having gone to school in Mississippi, what happens is the people there leave and go to blue states to make their money and their living. Straight up. As soon as they graduate, they're going, the people that are there, right, when you go to college down there, your goal is to get out of there. They move to blue states. Right. They move to D.C., New York, Chicago, Richmond, all of fairly blue cities and blue states. So as they graduate their people, look, I went to Tougaloo College and they have so many doctors, but none of them practice in Mississippi. They're all around the country, L.A., San Francisco. They don't stay there. They move out of there because they know you cannot break that cycle of conservative hold because it's generational there. From slavery to now is generational. The same people that own slaves are the same people that ran these cities, these little towns and these cities, and they work hard to keep things the way they are. They don't want change because change means accepting new power or sharing the power you already have.
Yep.
Hello, did I break?
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are making great points. I just like to hear Sister Renee get on and say the things that I like to say, but she says them absolutely more intelligent than I do. So thank you, Sister Renee.
Well, Howard, why don't you ask her?
Keep going.
Why don't you ask her? Should she be bothered about that transgender conversation?
Why would you ask me to tell her? Is that your question? Why?
Because you was asking Elisa and Miss Lady, and now Renee is here, so you can answer.
Well, it wasn't on my mind now, but since it's on yours, you ask her the question.
Well, I don't know your question because you kept asking it, and
you don't know my question. You just wanted a question out. The fuck you doing? Ask the question. You know the question. Ask it.
You acting like
a little bitch right now. You, man?
Okay, well, fuck it.
I ain't acting like a bitch, nigga. Ask the question. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Okay, well.
About the period and
yeah, the transgender stuff. Howard was on the impression that y'all shouldn't be bothered by that.
I'm bothered. I'm sorry, Howard. I'm bothered. The reason I say that is because I don't even like using these terms, but I feel like it's just befitting. I feel like the trans women who are really males, that they are the epitome of misogyny. They are the ultimate misogyny. The ultimate. Because what they are essentially saying and doing is they're saying, hey, I'm a woman just like you, deal with it. I can be in your space. I can be called the same thing as you. I was born a male. I lived as a male, and then I decided, I think I'm really a female or whatever. I can choose to get my thing cut off or not. I can fully have one, all of the above, and then still supposedly be considered a woman. And if you don't consider me that, then you're transphobic, then you're homophobic, then you're all of these horrible things. People can lose their livelihood behind these kinds of things. And that's my problem with it. They're not women.
Here's my thing, Sister Renee. Here's my thing, and Tyrone trying to put me out there, which is like, he on this bitch move shit. But let's say if I'm in the bathroom, taking up, using the restroom, and a bull dagger coming there right next to me, next stall. And in the men's bathroom, it ain't no walls. Next stall right next to me. And I don't know why they would be, but just let's say they is. And that motherfucker turned to me and said, your sperm don't mean shit. I got just as much sperm as you. I will just finish my duty, look at that damn bull dagger, probably tap him on the shoulder and be like, all right, homie. And I just would leave because it's bullshit. Like, total bullshit. They came in and be like, I can make a baby just as well. You can make a baby. Oh, is that right? Okay. All right, cool. Ain't no need to argue for me. Like, what the fuck I would argue with somebody to make such a stupid ass statement? I go argue with you. That's silly. That's my point of view. on that.
But see,
You know,
okay, and
yeah,
I
I'm
feel
done.
you. I where you coming from. I will say this though, like men's spaces haven't. It's not the same. It hasn't been the same thing at all because this has been a concerted effort. The whole idea of changing of the restrooms, it didn't have really anything to do with no trans men. It had to do with transgender women. And it has to do with people that are males coming into female spaces. Women are in there. We have cycles. Women are in there breastfeeding. Women are in there changing babies. Women are in there with their little children. Women, these are female spaces for many reasons. And I don't think that it's wrong for women to be able to feel a way about that. Just like if men were feeling a way about what you was just saying,
No,
and they
no,
spoke out.
you missed my
I would
point,
support
Sister
them
Renee.
because they have the
No,
right.
I understand what you're saying. You missed my point. Only reason I brought up the restroom, you missed my point because you guys were talking about a woman or not a woman, a trans woman, or is it a trans man? Whatever, a transgender telling women that they are because
they don't
women
own periods
menstruate.
and they don't own
Well,
womanhood.
I mean,
yeah, they don't own womanhood, or they
Yeah.
because you menstruate don't make you whatever. I just use the bathroom because I don't talk to a damn bull dagger every day. I'm just saying maybe the bull dagger was in the even if I saw him on the street and the bull dagger would say some shit like that to me, I'm not gonna get mad and trip out. I just be like, oh, all right, I'm just moving on. Like you a silly motherfucker. Like,
Well, let me cut in for 1 second. Howard, you taking it out of the context that it was presented in, right? This lady Angelica Ross is like a celebrity, and she got a lot of influence. So when she got on Twitter or wherever she got and said that stuff, she was influencing a lot of people. You're talking about meeting somebody in a social environment and just ignoring them, either walking down the street or in a bathroom. I don't know what you'd be doing in the bathroom with the trans, but either way, you're taking it out of the context that it's in right now. This Angelica Ross got a lot of
so I
influence.
can control who come in and out the fucking bathroom.
Okay,
Tyrone?
you're
What
missing
the
the
fuck is wrong
point.
with you?
Stop
You make
talking.
a lot of silly ass statements, man.
Okay,
The hell is wrong with you, bro?
Listen. I'm trying to put it in the
You
context.
try to clown, but you make a lot of dumbass statements.
Obviously,
like,
you heard
who the
again.
fuck come in and out the bathroom.
Once again, I'm playing my little
But
tiny
go
violin.
ahead.
Shut up. I'm trying to put it in the context that it's in about the influence that social media have nowadays. This Angelica Ross getting on there talking to all her supporters and saying all this kind of stuff. And then black women looking at this tweet or whatever it was and saying, that ain't right. You shouldn't be able to walk around here and say that you own menstrual cycles and you own womanhood. You got to put it in context, Howard. Not just meet somebody,
I
Go ahead.
I agree with that. And I'm saying if for me in that situation, just take it if that was a trans man making that statement, I wouldn't it would be stupid as hell for me to take that on a serious level. For me, that's how I would look at it now.
So if Ellen DeGeneres was sitting on her show talking to millions of people saying I have a penis and my penis is bigger than any man in here and I squirt out sperm, and she just made that a message on her show, you wouldn't be bothered?
No, if Ellen DeGeneres said that I can shoot out sperm just as well as you and you don't own spermhood or whatever the fuck I would be like, well, damn, that's a stupid motherfucker. But I'm not gonna get on the internet and be like,
so you wouldn't look over. And so and then in that situation,
it wouldn't affect me like that,
in that
bro.
situation,
it's not
I
gonna
got you.
affect me like that.
Listen, in that situation, and you got a young man, that's very influential, and they look at Ellen and say, "Is what she's saying is true?" Wouldn't you try to say, "No, son, that what that lady said is not true"?
I say no, that ain't true, but it ain't gonna affect me like that. Well, I'm gonna get on the internet and
Okay. So right there, whenever you correct Ellen to that young man, is what women is doing. They're trying to say, hey, what she's saying ain't true. What you get what I'm saying now? So there's a space for women to correct this transgender person for saying some stupid shit like that.
And then Howard, I think you like you speaking from a different position because you don't right now. It's not very uncommon for women, real, authentic, natural born women, to be called cis women. You don't hear that term cis men thrown around. The dominance is among the women. That's why I said it's the height of misogyny. Because you have these males coming in to female spaces and saying, y'all better accept us. We got legislation behind us to support us. We can come out here and make statements that y'all don't own womanhood, y'all don't own periods. We can come out here and call y'all cis women, like y'all have to have something before women to be called because
Can you
y'all
tell us what
women.
cis means? We were trying to look that up earlier. What the fuck?
Cis
What does
means
that mean?
They say that it means the gender, the sex you were born as, and your gender, traditional gender roles align, basically.
Oh,
you
so
were
that
born
ain't like
It's
an
just a
acronym.
heterosexual. You can replace that with cis.
That ain't like an acronym or nothing.
I don't
But like
don't think it's
ABC is a cis woman and Jermaine is a cis fag ass fan.
Howard. Now,
Okay,
come
I
on,
got
brother.
you.
Come on,
Go
brother.
ahead.
Now, you ain't finna be doing that now.
I got it. I'm good.
All right.
Go ahead.
But Howard, I think it's a lot deeper than you understand. And Tyrone was on point that this stuff is false. It's not true. Women do own periods. Women do own womanhood, and womanhood is a birthright. It's not something you can buy. It ain't a pill you can take. It ain't something you can put on and take off. And I absolutely think it's important for women to stand up and speak against this. And then you have a lot of the things that women contend with. These trans women or whatever, they don't have to deal with. So in terms of if a woman does decide she doesn't want to carry on with the pregnancy, women can, and in most states now, women can't make that determination. In terms of the fact that period products are not free, that we have to purchase these things when it's literally a health product that women need, those kinds of things. All of the other elements that women have to contend with within society, then women end up going through menopause, women in terms of childbirth, women in terms of being able to breastfeed publicly or whatnot. So many different areas and arenas that women have to deal with, breast cancer awareness, breast cancer checking, whether insurance is covering those things, cervical cancer, cervical issues, all of that kind of stuff. Trans men don't have to deal with any of that. They just run around, put things on and makeup and things. They don't deal with all the medical elements, all the other elements that women deal with. And whenever they're ready to, they can take off the dress and makeup and all this other stuff for most of them because they don't get the sexual reassignment surgery. Most of them don't. And then they can decide that they want to go back to manhood. It's not something you can take off and put on. And as a woman, it's offensive to us.
Renee, I agree with you 100% everything you said, but to me it's so comical that, like you said, a man that can take off or put on a wig or do whatever the fuck, to me that is so comical that I wouldn't even deal with it. Like, but that shit is stupid.
But it's not, but manhood is not in question though.
I'm just saying for me, Sister Renee, it's for me.
Well, hold on. Let me say this right here, right quick. Howard, let me say this right quick. We were talking about identity earlier, right? And I think it was either Lisa or Miss Lady was saying, it was MJ said that, they're trying to take away our identity. If somebody tried to take away your identity as a black man, then you would feel some type of way and you would try to correct them, because we do that all the time on this show here. So when somebody's trying to claim that they're a woman, that is their identity. We don't call Renee a trans woman. We don't call Miss Elisa a trans cis woman. What? They're women. They're real live women biologically. Their chemistry tells us that they're women. So that's part of their identity. And now somebody's out there trying to destroy their identity, and it's up to them to correct it. So I think that they're correct by telling people or correcting this guy or this trans woman about periods and womanhood. You know,
I'm saying the shit is so ridiculous that it doesn't need to be checked. That shit is ridiculous.
It does need to be
crazy.
It not being Howard. It not being checked is how it got to this level.
Right. That's what I told him
there's
earlier.
Legislation. Yeah, there's legislation that backs them up. I don't think you understand that. It's legislation.
Whoa. Hold on. There's legislation that backs what up that he said.
Like, for instance, the bathroom. For instance, the bathroom thing. There's legislation. Women don't have a real recourse on that. We have to pretty much accept that. There's legislation that backs up the misgendering thing. Like, you can't misgender somebody. In certain aspects, you can say...
I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about what Tyrone played as far as menstruation and that shit. I ain't talking about that. The bathrooms and shit wasn't talked about in that.
How it's all part of the same conversation, brother.
That's what I'm saying. It's all the same conversation, Howard. That's why they say that, because they say they are women, so they can be wherever women are at. And
and what Renee is doing
hold on,
what Renee is doing is drawing out a road. Hold on, Howard. Listen, brother, what Renee is doing is shut up. What Renee, Howard, why you got to do that? What Renee is doing is drawing out a roadmap to show you how we got to this point. And it's getting worse and worse and worse that they're going to sit up there and claim that, periods don't belong to women. So it's a graduation with the bathrooms, with the, being on the sports teams.
Well, my whole thing.
Go ahead.
My whole thing is, does that mean anything?
Yes, it means a lot. I got offended when I heard that shit.
Something to you?
Listen, I'm gonna play it one more time. Really? Listen, I'm gonna play it one more time. I want you to listen to this shit.
I understand. Hold on, before you play it, you saying that means something?
Yes,
listen. A man is out in the middle of the street saying that I menstruate just like a woman, and that means something to you?
It wasn't on the middle of the street. It was on social media with hundreds of thousands of followers.
That's the middle of the street to me.
Hold on, here, listen.
Middle of the street to me.
Here it is.
I mean, when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person, but as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Yeah, see, that's just stupid. And that person got a lot of followers that listen to her dumb ass.
You damn right it's stupid. That's wild as hell. That's crazy. With that dude...
I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. Like, if you were to take that clip in and of itself, right, and you were to isolate that clip by itself, yeah, it's like, what? That's so stupid. That's ridiculous. Like, man, get it out of here, right? But what we're saying is, like, that's a piece of a larger puzzle of what's been going on already. And then that particular person, they do have a lot of followers. I mean, this thing has caught fire on social media. So that goes to show you, like, how far-reaching the conversation is. It's been a problem for a long time. You have a lot of these trans people. They threaten women. They threaten, to fight us, to hurt us. You have them.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, they be like, when you speak against, like, them being considered women, like, no, you're males. Oh, I'll beat you. I'll slap it out of you. Oh, I'm going to show you a woman. Like, oh, yeah. That's why I said a lot of them are extremely misogynistic. They really can't stand women. They just want to co-opt womanhood, and then they want to put us in the corner and tell us we'll just deal with it. Just like T.S. Madison said, at least they was honest in what they said. So T.S. Madison said, well, let's get rid of the cis and the trans and just be women. That's what they want. And see, Howard, I don't know if you know, but like in a lot of states now, if you have lived as that gender or whatever for long enough and stuff, they'll change it on your birth certificate. It's changed on your driver's license. It's changed in every other aspect. So let's say it was a family member of yours, a male family member, and they came home with this just a woman. Now they're just a woman. And you're like, oh, boy, I think, nope, their birth certificate says female. Nope, their driver's license says female. They're just a woman. But all the while, this person is a male.
But that person ain't no damn woman. Okay, Sister Renee, let me say this. I agree with you, and I might have took like one clip, and like you were saying, like that it's a bigger thing than that. So, okay, I could say, okay, I just took one clip and saying, hey, this is just one dude saying some shit, and I'd be like, oh, he's a damn fool, and walk away. But what y'all explaining now that, like, no, this is a bigger thing than that. It's like out there, and a lot of these men think like that, which, like, that's wild to me that men would do that. But it's also wild for me for women to take these damn men serious. Like, what the fuck? Like, why, as a woman, Renee, you're a woman. My wife is a woman, whatever. My wife, I don't think, would take a man serious and be like, I'm more woman than you and I can do better for your man than you. My wife would be like, oh, okay. Or like, you know, she wouldn't take that serious. Like, that's wild shit to me. Like, why? And I understand you saying this on a big level and it's making a lot of women upset. I understand that, but why take that shit so serious? Because what they're saying is not true. Like, it can't happen.
You got to look at the evolution of the movement, Howard. You like the bathroom things. I was bothered with it, you know, and I know a lot of people say they ain't bothered with it. I'm literally bothered with the bathroom things, but that was allowed to go ahead. You know, the pronoun conversation that was allowed to go ahead. You know, the swim team and the sports team. You know, they're allowed to be there, and now they're trying to say that you know they can.
That shit need to be thrown out. It should not be a genetic man competing.
Well,
with
I'm just
women.
saying, this is how we wound up right here to having this conversation about whether periods belong to women. Let me see who this caller is. Who is this caller?
It's Anthony, man.
Who is that?
Can you hear me? It's Anthony.
Oh, what's up, Ant? But go, I think Renee was gonna say something, and you can say something after her. Go ahead, Renee.
Oh, Renee lost me. That'll be good.
I gotta go because I gotta get up early. But I was just checking in with y'all. But I'm gonna go, guys. And thank you for letting me come up, Tyrone.
Oh, no problem, sis. You know, we try to be here all the time on Thursday anyway.
Before you go, man, maybe you can confirm it. There is a case where
long-winded, so I know you don't want me saying nothing.
I'm joking, man. Chill out, man. There is a case where a tranny, a trans sexually assaulted a woman in the bathroom, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I was hearing something about that. Yeah, I just wanted to know if that was true or not. I didn't miss that.
But I know in the prison situation that was happening. But I want to say I heard a story about that. I can't be 100% certain, like, on all the details, but anyway, y'all, let me go because I gotta get up early. But
all right, sis.
I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye, guys.
All right, have a good night.
All right,
I appreciate you calling in.
You too.
And guys, let me be clear one more time. I don't have a problem with trans people. Everybody got a right to exist in this country. It's just that whenever they start walking up to these lines and crossing them, you know, I'm going to say something because I just think that it's wrong. You know, certain things. Go ahead.
I think everybody's hands are tied, man. Like, there's a lot of people that disagree with it, but they're scared that they're going to rub the wrong people the wrong way. Mm-hmm. So you just got to be politically correct, man. And it's weird, man. There's so many niggas that are advocating for this shit. It's like, wait, what? Like you got niggas riding harder than women. I would think women would be on the side of them, but you got niggas coming at women, getting mad at women because they got a problem with it. Like, it's weird out here, bro.
Well, those guys got issues. They either got a attraction or something, and ain't nothing wrong with that, you know. But just don't be talking about real woman. You not a real woman.
Wrong with it. Let's go with that politically correct shit, bro. There is something wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so. People, want to defend people or whatever. That's their prerogative. I'm saying whenever they cross the line like this person did and said that that periods don't belong to women and womanhood don't belong to women, that's just a bit too far for me.
I mean, you give people an inch, they'll take a mile and even more, man. Like, this is why you wasn't supposed to give them an inch.
Okay, well, now you're talking like white supremacists. You done went too far the other way.
It didn't come out right, but you get what I mean, man.
No, man, everybody, we live in a democracy and we supposed to be free here and everybody's supposed to be able to express whatever they're doing in this country. That was the beautiful thing about America, You shouldn't try to hold one group down or nothing,
But Tyrone, can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I heard quite a few people since this whole thing got to this point that what is wrong with men, women, trans men? What is wrong with that? Why can't? Because you are something different. There's something different. So what's wrong with that? But the thing is, it seems as though, which I try to be inclusive, seems as though they want to label, so we're not talking about the men, we're talking about women. They want to label women cis women, and they want to drop the trans. So they are women, and then we're cis women. That's what a lot of women feel, is that they want to drop trans women and label biological women cis women, and then they're women. So that's basically.
Well, that's crazy, but I can see that though. I can see exactly what you're saying there.
But the most alarming thing, y'all.
Category.
Go ahead.
No,
but that's not even the most. My bad. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna.
I think the most alarming thing is something I just heard, which I didn't know. It's like when they're officially transitioned, for lack of a better word, they could actually change their birth certificate. That's weird.
Yeah. That's
I didn't know that.
That's been that way for like a couple of years now.
Oh.
They can change I don't know about the birth certificate. I don't know. But I know when you driver's license and stuff like that, you can.
I know they're just using like the pronoun woman or whatever, but they should be able to. They should put trans on there because that's what the hell they are. They're trans people, right?
Trans. But I don't know about the birth certificates, but I do know driver's licenses. If you've had whatever it is that you have to have, and you have transitioned, and you could get it changed on your driver's license. Birth certificate probably too. I don't know. I don't have that's not my community.
We probably need to talk to a trans person. ABC, call in and tell Sarge to call in. We need to talk to a couple of trans people so y'all could.
Hey, let me cut my speaker down. Hold on.
Yeah, here in New York, they instead of agenda, it's an X.
Oh man,
it's an X. Yeah. In case you see a birth
certificate
in New York, I'm getting ready to look and see what's happening.
Don't know.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know about that, but I know agenda is an X on it.
I think after a while though, that's going to end up hurting men as well. Like for the most part, it's kind of infringing on a lot of women. But when it comes to they're able to change their birth certificate, like I'm married, so I'm not out there looking. But imagine if a nigga came across a trainee that looks like a woman, they don't have to tell them, hey, I'm a trainee, right?
At some point in time,
think they
you
would
will have to
find
figure
out.
it out. At some point in time, you gonna know.
Yeah.
You gonna look at that back. You gonna look at them shoulders, them feet.
Yeah.
You gonna say something wrong with these feet.
That's scary though, bro.
Yeah, I definitely think at a certain point that it would become evident there. You know.
I mean, there are dudes that they were with trannies for years, man, and didn't know. I don't know how they didn't know.
I don't know.
I don't know nobody like that. You know people like that? Then that's you, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know nobody like that.
Joe, they got people on social media that is all of a sudden surprised. I didn't know you was a woman. And hell, look at Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer made a fucking life out of that shit. I'm really a man.
That's like the guy, the brother that was on one of them fiance shows that was in love with the tranny in Barbados that he had never seen and was sending her money and stuff and proposed to him until somebody hipped him up that that's a man,
But he's a fool.
Lord.
I think black men gotta, gotta step up and get behind black women on this. You got a lot of black men that are advocating more than women. I think we need to support women on this, man.
Okay, yeah.
Go
You
ahead.
can. In certain states, in quite a few states, you have to go in, you have to have like all the doctor stuff that you've had, whatever it is that you need to do to transition, and then you can go and, seek out a new birth certificate to change the sex. It's not all of the states. California, Colorado, Connecticut, Illinois, Maine, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, Washington, D.C., and Maryland.
Oh, Lord.
That's basically all the blue states. Oh, yeah.
So they can change their sex on the birth certificate, huh?
Yes, they have to come in with all this stuff backing from a doctor that they had all of whatever it is that you have to do to qualify to be able to do that.
So it's basically designed to trick niggas. That's pretty much what they're looking to do, is just to trick niggas.
I don't know about that. I really think that people want to live that way. They feel that way inside, and their chemistry is a little off. So I'm not going to say what you just said, but people, if that's their right to live that way, though, if they want to live that way.
Bro, I come on here and say I'm an Israelite, and you have niggas jumping all over me and not wanting me to just do me, but you allow a nigga to wake up one day and say, hey, I'm a woman, and I want you to accept me as a woman.
Okay, so I don't know what
you
being an Israelite had to do with anything.
I don't even get where you go with that.
It got a lot to do with it. On one hand, y'all are saying if that man want to say that he's a woman, you got to allow him to, be a woman. Like, he's a trans woman. You got to.
What would you? I'm telling you. How would you change that? Let me ask you this: how would you change that?
What do you mean? How would I change what?
If somebody got a desire to be a woman, how would you fix that?
I'm not saying I can. But I don't
so what the fuck?
It.
I'm not saying I
don't
can
have
either.
to accept it.
Okay, so you just want to accept it?
No, I don't have to accept it.
Okay, well, you got that right to do that.
You're a mentally ill person, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrone, the channel, somebody report that.
Oh yeah, I guess we need to. I got you.
Oh,
well, let's not try to insult them. I guess
But
it's a good conversation.
I just think there should be categories: trans men, trans women, biological women. Trans men, trans women. Yeah. And if they want to get their birth certificate, I think it should be coded trans women, trans men. If you're changing, I don't know. This is what
I think you should still even call them trans even after they change. That's just my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
We're living in.
That's a different.
We're all being bullied. Different. We're all being bullied into accepting this shit, bro. Whether you want to believe it or not, bro. Like you're like she told me.
Wait a minute. Hold on. How are you being bullied? It has nothing to do with your life.
You're being bullied. The reason why a lot of people come on here and advocate for that shit, that they're being bullied into, getting behind it. Like, bro, not a lot of these niggas.
Get behind what? It has nothing to do with the life you live.
Bro,
so how are you being bullied?
Joe, I hear you, Jay, a lot of y'all come on here and y'all advocate for the community.
If you're being bullied, that means that you are forced to accept it into your life and lifestyle.
Well,
if it's not part of your life and lifestyle, then how are you being bullied?
Let me just say this to Anthony. Anthony, I'm not being bullied. I choose, because we live in a democracy, to have the opinion that everybody got a right to express themselves. So it ain't got about being bullied.
Yeah, but we did that, but now they're bullying our women. They're bullying actual women now, bro. The little leeway that the little leeway that
look, slow your roll.
They're now
slow your roll, Jethro.
They're now bullying biological women, man.
Yes, slow your roll there, Jethro. I think where you guys misunderstand is this, all right? You know, my support begins and ends at them being Americans and having the right to live as an American with the same rights as you. Period, full stop, right there. Right there. Now, you know, beyond that, that's on them. But for me, I don't believe in denying any fellow American their due as an American. Do you understand that? Do I need to make it clear for you any further? Don't get on here and tell me I get behind it and I support it and all that. I support them as an American having the same rights as any other American. Do you understand that?
What I mean about advocate, man, like anybody that has any.
Do you understand what I said? Hello? Do you understand what I said?
So now you're trying to bully me. Like, come on, Joe.
Goddamn right I am. Do you understand what I said?
I hear you, man. But I'm saying,
I don't want to hear you. Do you understand what I said? It's a yes or no. Fuck the I hear you and all that other bullshit.
Well, why are you getting mad at that, bro? All I'm saying, man.
I'm not mad. I have to make it clear for you because you kind of dense, Jethro. You kind of dense, so I got to make it clear for you.
No, I hear you, bro, but I also hear when a lot of people come on here and get that community pushback, you and a couple other people are the main ones in the background advocating.
Again.
Okay, well, hold on, Joe. Hold on, Anthony. What do you mean advocating? I guess that's what we need to figure out. What do you mean advocating?
Yeah. What does advocating? What does the word mean? Let's look up the word advocating.
Are you saying that agreeing that they should have equal rights? Is that advocating?
No, black women having a problem with talking about a woman getting sexually assaulted by a tranny, and you got black men stepping up, getting mad at women and calling shit like that out.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Basically,
what the hell is this nigga talking? Jethro,
he must have seen something somewhere else.
I'm privy to a lot of conversations that you're too old to be in, Joe. So just be patient, bro.
Is that right?
Yeah, crazy.
Maybe my train just goes a few stations further than yours, Jethro. But that's okay.
Yeah, because you don't have a car, so I don't need a train. But look, man.
No, I'm pretty sure that he's seen that somewhere else on social media. I don't know nobody saying that was okay, Anthony. I don't think nobody said that was okay. But I will say that, I don't mind them having equal rights. I don't mind calling them trans women or trans men or whatever they want to be called, stud or what. I don't know. I ain't got no problem with calling them that.
Look, Tyro, I don't do whatever you want to do in your own home. Bro, I'm not going around talking about we hate gays and no, do you, bro? That's your personal business. Right. The key word is personal.
Right.
Like you can't bully me into accepting that bullshit when I don't. I don't accept that shit.
Well, you just said something key. Listen to what I'm saying. You just said in your own home you can be gay, but as soon as they walk out the door, you got a problem with it, right?
Yeah, because it's no longer personal.
Okay, so hold on for a second. why don't they have the same freedom that you and your significant other have? You can go out to dinner with your significant other. You can go to the mall with them. Hold on, let me finish.
So
let me
to be
finish.
clear, Tyrone, you're currently advocating right now, bro.
Okay, so that's what you mean. Okay, well, if that's what you mean by advocating, then okay, well, I advocate then, because they got a right to share this country just like you do. So that's just what it is, man.
I mean, they're human beings, man. I don't have a problem with that. The problem comes in when they're bullying. The problem comes in when they're bullying biological women.
Well,
that is what's going on, bro.
Nobody agree with bullying, man. You know, I always had an issue with bullying, man.
Well, the problem comes in when your woman is in the bath. Well, Joe don't have any kids, so he don't understand that. He can't sympathize with that. When your woman is in the bathroom, you know, feeding the kid or changing the diaper, a big grown-ass man come into the bathroom and whip his dick out while your woman is in there doing womanly things.
Okay.
Like that.
What the hell are you talking about? See, this is the kind of crazy bullshit. These crazy made-up scenarios that Jethro tends to deal in.
Trannies using women's bathrooms. That's what I'm talking about.
You go in the stall and do what you got to do.
Well,
hello, listen, Jethro. You go in the stall and you do what you have to do. How do they know who's whipping a dick out? There aren't urinals in a woman's bathroom, Jethro.
Okay, hold on. I got another caller here. Who's this unknown caller?
That ain't happening in Texas.
Who's this caller here?
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
How you doing?
All right.
This is John.
Okay, John, I ain't want to talk to you.
Oh, here we go.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
That's Greg.
Go ahead, Anthony.
That's Greg, man.
No, that wasn't Greg. It was.
Yeah, but again, you know,
night.
there are stalls in a woman's bathroom. Women go into stalls. How do you know who's whipping what out? There aren't urinals in a woman's bathroom.
Wait, let's be clear, Joe. So you're okay with them going in a woman's bathroom?
It has nothing to do with being okay or not. It has everything to do with you putting a bullshit, stupid-ass scenario out there.
Answer the goddamn question, nigga.
Yeah, that scenario will not happen because there are no urinals in a woman's bathroom.
Are you okay with a transsexual man or woman going into a woman's bathroom? Are you okay with that?
Right? Right. Personally, at the end of the day, how do you know?
Bro, can you answer my question?
How do you know? Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Go for it, Alicia.
Wait. So now you're double talking. Because you.
No, I'm not.
Hold on. Let Elisa respond. You and Joe can argue later. Hold on.
Yeah.
No, because I got this nigga. No, because I got him. No,
you got him.
You ain't got him. Yeah, I know, right? This nigga, look, Jethro.
On one hand,
buck
you
dancing,
me, like, how do you not know
Negro, get a little happy.
How do you not know they're?
How do you know they're only tranny Israelites?
Okay.
How do you know they're?
No, I got you, bro.
They're tranny Israelites.
You double talking, bro.
Okay,
no, I'm not. I just picked apart your argument. Go ahead, Alicia. This nigga slow as fuck. Go ahead, Alicia.
Okay, I'll be that. I understand how insults work when your back is against the wall, bro. You're trying to come up out of there.
My back ain't against the wall.
Okay, y'all stop arguing. Y'all arguing like kids. Calm down for a second.
Let me work this nigga, Tyrone.
Let me answer it, then I'm gonna go. I used the woman's bathroom, and let me start by saying this: the transgender community is very small, very small community. And most people, depending upon where you live, if you live in near the inner city, different places like that, then you probably have come in contact with some. I've known a few. Their community is so small, the average woman is never going to go into a bathroom where there's one coming into the bathroom too. But put that aside, as a woman who used the women's bathroom, no, I don't care. If a trans woman comes in, the bathroom's full of stalls. I probably have been in the bathroom with some. The bathroom is full of stalls. You go in your stall, you turn around, you lock it, and you take care of your business and you leave out. But the average woman knows that empty bathrooms are different things. My concern isn't a transgender woman coming in the bathroom. My concern is going into an empty bathroom and there's a man hiding up in the stove. That's
Right.
my concern.
That is the goddamn trans, bro. Like, what are we, bro?
No,
just because y'all accept these
Well,
people as
she's
women,
distinguishing from a man, Anthony. She's distinguishing between a man and a trans woman. So she's making that distinction.
Biologically, that is a man. So when you go in the bathroom and a transsexual is in the stall, that's exactly what you're describing. A man, a strange man in the stall while you're in there doing your whatever.
Well, see,
you're doing in there.
like you said that you don't
bathroom.
accept it, so you're not giving that person credit for even trying to be somebody else or identify as somebody else.
No, hell no. How? In America? Like, no, dude, you are what you are, man. I can't go around and make people accept me as a cat. You would think I'm a crazy person. Why do they get the like? Why are we stalling them out? You're a crazy person. To think
You want to hear?
You
want to hear the funny part? You want to hear the funny part, Anthony?
You want to be a whole woman.
Yeah. You want to hear the funny part, Anthony? As a black woman, she has more to fear from you as an Israelite than she does as a transvestite.
No, she doesn't. No. I think you're deflecting right now, bro.
No, but he got a point, man. Now, Anthony, you got to acknowledge he got a point.
He don't have a point at all. That's just your way. That's his way of advocating for homosexuals, and I think you're one. That's why you don't have a woman or kid.
No, a black woman has more to fear from you and a Hebrew Israelite than she does about a transvestite. I think y'all are killing women. Y'all are killing women. A transvestite is not.
Your knowledge about Israelites beyond Sodnetta and keep them New York niggas, bro. I think that's what you need to do.
I think you need to go ahead and understand that black women have more to fear from black men than they do from transvestites.
Yeah, you don't, bro. The niggas you're talking about, I don't rock with them people, bro. Like, but why are we even here right now?
Okay, well, take the Hebrew Israelites out of it and just say black men. What he just said. Don't you think black women got more to fear from black men than they do transvestites or transsexuals?
But not transvestites.
But they are black men.
Black women have more.
Oh my God.
So black women have more. We have more to fear from a man than we would from a transgender person. We do transgender woman. We have more to fear from men.
No, this don't sound right, man.
It's true. The femicide rate is off the roof. Let's don't play. The femicide rate is
I don't know, man. I think y'all really need to listen to the black women that are complaining about this shit, man. Like, y'all have y'all own, politics about it, but women are really outraged about this shit, bro.
I'm complaining about it too, but I'm not stupid enough to know that my fear is more. I'm fear of more of a man than I am a trans. I am scared of transgender.
That's the problem because you're no longer. That's the problem because you're no longer considering that transsexual a man. They are a man. They're a man. I can't let you get away with that.
Well, see, you're just going to keep misnomering them people, and I'm trying to give them credit for, their.
They become women. So when they become quote unquote women, they can no longer dominate women because they're pretty much they have a woman's strength. They have all of their biological organs or everything a woman consists of. When they transition, that's what they become. They can no longer harm a woman because they're transsexual. Like how does that work?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I got another thing.
How did that tranny sexually assault a woman in the bathroom?
Well, I haven't heard about that, but let me put this way. A transgender woman is not interested in me as far as sexual assault. If they're trying to commit...
Go ahead.
Men. They're like men. But a hetero
male... I don't think you're completely up on game, though. I don't think you're completely up on game because that's not truly the case right there.
Now, some man who's pretending to be a woman and he got on a dress and a wig and he's up in there trying to do stuff to women, I fear him. But a true transsexual is not interested in women. They like men.
Let me show you. Well, let me tell you what this world looks like. A man, like all transsexuals aren't gay. They actually like women. They have kids. They have a husband. They could be just drag queen people.
Well, she's not talking about them, brother. She's not talking about that.
But if they identify as transsexual, that straight man have the right to go into a woman's bathroom. And while women are coming, like this, that's the world that y'all are creating by advocating for this shit, bro.
Wait,
Like y'all,
right. Let me pull back. Let me pull back because I said something wrong. Not all trans women are sexually attracted to men. Some of them are attracted to women. So then you would call them lesbian. That's how they identify. They are because they say the same thing. Trans women, they will say I'm hetero, and some trans women will say I'm lesbian. So I had to pull back because I said that wrong. So I know it's kind of out there, but some of them, I've seen trans women say I'm hetero. Some of them will say I'm lesbian. So yeah. Some trans women are attracted to women.
Oh no, this topic is getting me kind of extra heated. I'm gonna lay back. Y'all got it.
It took a lot to try to get the understanding of it. And that's what I set out to do years ago, to get a better understanding of it, so as not to fear them.
Yeah, and the reason that you know that kind of bought me, because whenever people talk like Anthony and against that community, it kind of sounds like white racists talking against black people. And I'm not saying that that's what you intend to do, Anthony, but whenever you saying that as soon as they step out their house, they got to act a certain way, and they're not allowed to do certain things. That's the same thing that we got told as a community, man.
Those same white races that you're talking about, to play devil's advocate, they were looking at self-preservation at the time, bro. If we was in the same position, who knows? We
What
probably
the
been
hell
worse
is
than
this
white
nigga
people.
talking about?
So that's your justification, though?
You old, stuck in your ways ass nigga, bro. Like, bro, I'm not a white man, so of course I had a problem with what they did. But if I was a white man, I'm looking at it like they did what they had to do, bro. They was looking at the white race, and they was looking at it as like self-preservation, bro. That's the same. That's what I'm doing right now as well.
No, they weren't.
Bro, who knows, bro? Whatever, bro. It don't matter, bro. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, we do know because white people write about it.
Whatever. It could be whatever, bro. It really doesn't matter. I'm not mad at him. Go ahead.
They were looking for no competition and having it all.
Yeah.
That's what they were looking for. Not
self-preservation.
No competition. Huh?
Self-preservation. They're preserving. That's what
There's nothing to do with self-preservation.
They're trying to get everybody out. They're trying to get people out. All right, bro. Like you be sounding gay sometimes, bro. A lot of y'all niggas be on here advocating.
Dude, where do you get this bullshit
calling
from?
gay names and stuff now. Just chill out with that one.
Yeah. I just don't understand where you get this bullshit from. White people over through history have written about why they act the way they act. You can pick up a book and they'll tell you.
Like ABC, he come on here with a lot of bullshit, bro. But that should be the last thing y'all should be coming at him about. That's one of the main things y'all come at him about. Because he always banging on that shit. Yeah, he be banging on that shit.
I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Like why would I get mad? Like that nigga. That's one thing I agree with him on.
Why are you getting upset?
Because, man, I'm hearing niggas, bro. Like, come on, dude. Like, you got to hear what these women are talking about, bro. Like, you got niggas.
Apparently,
like,
you're not hearing what these women are talking about. Again,
like
right now, today, a black woman has more to fear from you than a transvestite. Right now. And you can go to the crime stats and see that for yourself.
Now, hold on for a second. Is wait a minute, let me ask a question. I need some clarity. Is transvestite and transgender the same thing?
No.
Okay, what is a transvestite?
Damn, I know what it is in my head. Let me see if I can get something.
I heard Joe say transvestite, and I said it earlier, so I didn't want to get it wrong. I don't know.
Well, I could be wrong, but my understanding is a transvestite is like a cross-dresser or someone like that.
Yeah.
Or a what's the
Okay.
Or like the drag queens and stuff like that. I could be wrong. But that's my understanding of a transvestite. Let me look it up.
And the reason that they call them transgender is because they're in the process of transforming their gender, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're getting their penis cut off.
How can you change your gender? Joe is okay with them saying some shit like that, bruh.
Gender is not
Let
biological.
me start again.
Gender is a social
Let me
construct.
start again. Do you understand why I need to be clear with this guy, Tyrone? At the beginning, do you understand why I need to be clear? Because again, he defaults to whatever's in his head in spite of what's being said to him. Again.
Yeah, look up the definition. Wait a minute, let me teach you. Look up the definition right now. Look up the definition right now. You'll see.
I'm not looking up that shit, nigga. Gender is not a social construct. What you say?
So the ignorance goes on. But again, now you know why I have to be clear with this nigga.
If you're born a man, that's what you are. You be gay. If you like men, be with men, but you're never gonna be a woman. You're never gonna be a woman. You're a woman that want to be a man. You're never gonna be a man, bro. Like if you're attracted to the opposite sex, be that. But you can't change your gender, dude. Like you can't make people be all right with that, bro. Come on, man. What are y'all doing?
What do you mean make people be all right with that? It has nothing to do with you.
Come on, Joe. This nigga's like you, bro.
That's their choice.
It's like y'all up on here talking about Ice Cube and what he's doing and trying to, like, dude, y'all are doing the same shit to get on, man.
What the hell are you talking about? How do y'all throw all this stuff in the same basket and act like it's all the same? What the hell is wrong with you?
It is, bro. You
Tyrone,
can't keep
man.
up. You claim
This
to
is
be
what weed does to your brain, Tyrone.
You're not
This is what
really.
weed does, man.
You can't keep up.
Hey, wait a minute, Joe. Wait a minute. Back up now.
Sorry, mama's boy. Sorry, man. Sorry. I done threw a can in your yard. Sorry about that. This is what weed does to Andy. Let me put it that way.
You would never, at no point would you catch me, bro. Y'all niggas be advocating for that shit on here, bro. Just be quiet about it. Y'all sound weird doing that, man.
Then why are you here?
Listen, it's not. We're not advocating. I think that we're trying to give you definitions of words, and
they made them all up, nigga.
They made the words up.
They made all of that shit up. They created the term.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Boys, man, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah,
but
see,
you know what the
you tried.
thing about living in the United States, we're supposed to have freedom. If you don't want to accept it, you don't have to. You don't have to accept that. You don't have to go along with that. You don't have to be in company with that. But you have to follow the laws and treat them. You have to follow the laws and allow them to live and allow them to be. That is the only thing that you have to do. You don't have to accept it. You don't. You don't have to accept. You don't have to respect. You got to follow the laws and allow them to be. And I think people got that confused.
Look up the definition. I don't know why you're refusing. Just look up gender, and it explains itself. I don't know what else to tell you.
Bro, just like that trainer just came on and told you that women don't own periods and all of that, bro. They're dictating that shit, man. Bro, come on, man.
Who's dictating it?
The people who you're advocating for.
Some talking head on the internet said something, and you think they're dictating it? Really?
Bro.
Really?
Bro, when you can't speak
that's your conclusion.
When you can't speak your mind, if you speak your mind, you lose your job, your whole livelihood go downhill. Hell yeah.
Well, that's because you trying to restrict people's rights. Leave them people alone.
They're doing. No, that's what they're doing.
They're not trying to take away.
You got to come on here. This is why you got to come on here and be politically correct, and she got to keep checking you on the verbiage.
What are you talking about? If you go to work, if you go to your job,
I like to be correct, Anthony. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to say anything. Yeah. Shit, I like that.
If you go to your job, you start talking about breasts and booty, you're gonna lose your job too.
I'm just not gonna get in the conversation. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I know if I get in a conversation, it's gonna go sideways. I'm me. So that topic.
You know what, Tyrone?
Stay on the back end. Like I see other people are doing it and not chiming in.
Yeah.
Like, and I respect.
You know what, Tyrone? The people that complain about free speech the most are the ones that like to use derogatory terms. they can't say those derogatory terms anymore, so they mad as fuck. You only lose your job if you start calling derogatory terms at people, and that applies to women, men, it applies to any gender, any religion, anything like that. So don't come in here talking about, you lose your job if you say the wrong thing. No, you don't. You know, if you want to go into the gutter, yeah, you're going to pay the price for it.
Yeah, you can't.
Period. End of story.
Nobody don't want to be called names, man. So yeah, you try to respect people, man.
Oh my God.
That's
It's
it,
really
man.
not about. It's really not about. It's really not about. It don't have anything to do with calling them names, man. You can say the wrong thing and they can take it out of context and you can lose your job.
What wrong thing?
Anything. You can not
like
know
what?
the proper terms. You cannot know the proper terms to use, and you don't mean any disrespect
like what?
by it. And they would just,
Oh, you talking about with the
tearing the hell out of
pronouns and
your
stuff? Are you talking about the he,
Yeah,
she, and all that?
Yeah, they are tearing the hell out of your ass, man.
Well, that's
They
another
were
conversation
tearing
I
the
like
hell
to
out of
have
you.
too, because you know I don't agree with that whole pronoun stuff. You know, well, I agree with to a certain extent, right? If you want to be called a he, she, whatever, I will call you a he, she, whatever you want to be called. But nobody shouldn't pay no consequences for not correcting themselves and calling you that. You know.
Well, that's simple. By asking the question, how would you like me to address you?
Yeah, I'd do that. You know, I don't mind that.
If I grew up with Leroy, that's how I'm gonna address him, Leroy.
I call
I'm not gonna
ABC.
You gonna be you gonna be a broke nigga then.
I call ABC
not
a woman.
Loretta.
I call ABC a woman all the time, and he accepts it. You know. So.
You're not Loretta, nigga. I don't care. I don't care, bro. You're not Loretta.
If you don't care, then you pay the price for not caring. Why complain? See, you shoot yourself in the foot when you say shit like this. You bitching and moaning because you don't. You bitching and moaning because you don't want to show respect to somebody. Man, fuck that shit, man.
You got niggas that are claiming
you pay the price for your ignorance, man.
They're riding harder than the people from that community, bro. Like, are they?
What the hell are you talking about?
Are those people? Are they paying you, bro?
No, see, what happens is when you present common sense to people that don't have any, then they get mad.
Let me say this, bro. I know how it works, bro. Like when you don't understand, you don't know how correlation works, bro. So you think I'll be all over the place when I be right on point with it. Like, this is why a lot of people have a problem with like biracial kids and all of that. Because one day, like this hypothetical race war that may happen or may not happen. Like those biracial
a lot of
kids
people have problems with biracial kids.
Those can you shut the hell up and try to peep game on where I'm trying to go, bro. Those same biracial kids that you created could be right in the middle of the race war, and they could be divided between their white people and their black people. Like that's where a problem can come in. Like the problem comes in on the gay shit. When you have gay family members,
we in the twilight zone now.
Hold on, let me say this right here. Let me say this. Y'all shut up. Listen, there is nothing wrong with people having.
Your brother may be a.
Will you shut the fuck up? Okay, you're gonna have to shut up because your brother
may be a tranny.
Okay, so now listen. There's nothing wrong with biracial kids, and the only two races on the planet ain't black and white. You can have Asian people mixed with someone, and Hawaiian people mixed with other people, and Native American. Exactly. Let me finish. Because you characterize. Can you please shut up? You characterize biracial as black and white.
So he really got turned up on that.
Because you just said something that is dumb as hell. So I just want to say there's nothing. Those
biracial kids are torn. They torn right in the middle, bro. I can't.
No, they're not.
With the black people. My mother is white.
You a racist, man.
I can't go with the white people. My dad is black. Like, they're torn in the middle. Like, those
it is, Tyrone?
are going to be the reason
why
there's
dumb shit.
Okay, well, listen.
Dumb shit, they get mad.
There's nothing wrong with that. Anthony, listen. You don't have to answer my question. Let me
Come on, Tyrone.
Bitch, you've been talking for the last 30 minutes, and I ain't said shit. So shut up.
Here's my point. I'm about to land it, bro. Here's my point, bro. When you got brothers and cousins that are gay, bro, this is why people like Joe come on here advocating, because they're thinking about their loved ones, man.
Okay.
It's the people that are around him.
So do you know anybody that's gay?
My cousin, she's gay.
Okay, so now you got somebody in your family that's gay. So what you said about Joe is just dumb as hell. So shut the hell up. Listen, shut up. There's nothing.
My cousin I'm not in my cousin's home. I don't care if she's gay.
That's your family though, man. You love her. Do you love her?
I don't care. Remember, I don't
do
have
you
a
love
problem with
her?
what they do personally.
Do you love your
problem comes
cousin?
in when they step outside of their door and they try to bully me into accepting their bullshit.
Do you love your cousin? Huh?
Y'all niggas suspect, bro. Let me put a
do
pin in
you
this
do
shit.
you care about your cousin? Hello? Anthony?
Oh my Lord.
So you're not gonna answer me now. How you doing that?
Yeah.
You just made this big old drama.
I mean, but that question is bullshit because again, I don't have a problem with them being gay.
Anthony, I didn't ask you about your cousin. You volunteered that information, and I just wanted to carry on the conversation about your family. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. The problem comes in when you step outside of your door and you try to bully me into being okay with your bullshit. Man.
Okay, but I'm asking you, do you
have the right to do whatever you want to do?
Okay, I'm asking you, do you care about your family member that's gay?
Bro, that goes without saying, bro.
Okay, so now, my point that I'm trying to make is with your same feelings toward your family member that's gay, that's how some of society feel about the gay community because, you know, they're humans.
No, that's not true because I'm the same nigga that would tell my cousin he need to put a damn dress on. Like she a pretty ass girl walking around here looking like a boy. I used to always bang on her.
You got every right to say that to her, and she got every right to tell you. And she got every right to tell you if it offends her or not. But my point is, you still care about her. You don't want nothing bad to happen to her. So that's the whole thing.
Right, but I'm not gonna be out here saying y'all niggas banging on women because they got a problem with this shit because my cousin is gay. Like hell no.
But if somebody mess with your cousin, you go out there and defend her. So I mean, come on, man. You can't have it both ways, brother.
What if somebody do what?
If somebody was to mess with your cousin, you would defend her.
Yeah, be my cousin, but I'm not gonna start a race or start a whole war behind some shit that's dealing with the gay community.
I can fix your problem. Just pretend that the entire gay community is your cousin, and then there you have it.
There, she's under a protected class, bro. Like that ain't got nothing to do with the black community, cousin or nothing. Like that is a whole nother community she's under, bro.
No, we shouldn't discriminate and hate against a group of people, man. I just don't believe in that, man.
You gotta say that, bro. You gotta say that, man. You around a lot of white people, Tyrone. I get it.
I am. I don't know where you got that.
Yeah. You gotta, bro. This is why a lot of people supported Trump because they want to get back to being able to say what the hell they want to say, bro.
Mm-hmm. Nobody stopped anybody from saying what they want to say, man.
Listen, man, to make America great again, it may mean something different for white people, but for me, it goes back to not being okay with that shit anymore, bro. Like,
okay,
no,
but
nigga, like, what?
Nobody stopped anybody from saying what they want to say. They stopped lies, but they didn't stop anybody from saying what they want to say.
Bro, we living, bro. This is weird, bro. I'm gonna let y'all have. Where's Howard, bro?
He probably sleep right now. You know.
Well, Tyrone, I'm getting ready to call it a night too.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, sis.
Interesting conversation.
Yeah, see you again.
Hey, y'all have a good one. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, who line did I just open? I just opened somebody's line. Who is that?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's me, Joe. Yeah. When you try and pin down these folks with this weirdo shit, they kind of get all over the place because they can't be clear or concise about exactly what it is they believe. They just know they have a feeling about something.
No, Anthony has a dislike for the LGBTQ, and that's what I get from him. And I get it, you know, but I just don't agree with that viewpoint. You know, there's a lot of people like Anthony.
again, you're creating a straw man bro, I didn't say none of that, bro. I don't hate gay people. Again, you have a right to do whatever you want to do within your household. The problem comes in when you step outside of your house and you try to bully me into being okay with whatever you consider okay.
Now pause. I want you to pause. Whenever you said that if these gay people step outside of their house, they don't have the right to act a certain way, that is a dislike. You don't like how they are in public. And that's all I said. You have a dislike. Let me finish. Shut up. You have a dislike for the LGBTQ, and that's your opinion. You know, you can have that. I just disagree with it.
That's the narrative you want to paint, Tyrone.
That's what you just said, nigga.
But you know, you know what, Tyrone? He doesn't understand that cuts both ways. If there's a white gay person, they can look at him and say, I don't want that nigga in my neighborhood. And that's that. That's that. It has nothing to do with them being gay. It has everything to do with them being white.
But at the end of the day,
it cuts both ways.
But at the end of the day, we all know this is America. This is why you got niggas on here advocating harder, than women. This is America, bro.
But again,
if we want to be in the neighborhood or not, I can pay that price tag.
That white transvestite in America, that white transvestite can look at you and say, I don't want that nigga in my neighborhood. And guess what? Guess who's gonna be gone?
Well, I mean, if it's a neighborhood with nothing but trannies, I don't want to be in there anyway.
No. Guess who's gonna be gone? This is white people and black people. Guess who's gonna be gone? They'll take a white tranny over you any day of the week, bro.
I'm sure they will.
3 times on Sunday.
I'm sure they will. And
so the point being, it cuts both ways. You know, your comfort lies in the fact that you think you're the norm. You think you're the norm.
Yeah, man.
So that way you can feel the way you feel.
All that hate that you're spreading right now, man, you need to, get into that Bible, man, and try to get rid of some of that.
You're doing exactly why you got to be aware. Well, the reason why you come on here and be politically correct, you're doing the same shit. You're bullying me. You're creating a straw man to make me say something that I'm not saying, bruh.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you that you sound angry. You sound upset about this group of people. And I don't think it's healthy.
Now I'm the angry black man because I have a
You know what I think, Tyrone?
Well, you the one don't want them to come out of their damn house, Anthony. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
No, I don't want them to leave their house.
I think he needs a transvestite story reading, man. You need to send a transvestite to his house and read a story, man. A good children's book. I think you'll be all right after that, man.
You don't have any kids, bro, so you don't got to worry about what's going to happen in the next 10 years because your ass is 60 years old. I'm worried about my
guess
kids.
what?
Well, YouTube, I'm getting ready to shut y'all down so Anthony and Joe can cuss each other out. So y'all can call into y'all can call into the number if y'all want to.
I ain't got time to play, dude.